Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Unfortunately, we had to postpone our finale for Alien because Eric would rather hang out with his middleest child than us. So, everybody be sure to publicly shame him. In the meantime,
Respectfully, no.
I've gathered some people who care about the show, and we are here to play some Walking Dead. We're going to dive back in with a couple fan-made scenarios that I have come across. And, well, I've been listening to a lot of Walking Dead podcasts lately, and I've really been itching to play the game. So this was actually kind of Scar's idea. He was like, hey, we should still play something on Saturday. And I was like, cool. And then last night he was like, oh, by the way, I'm not really into zombies, so I'm not going to play. So also publicly shame Scar for failing on us. However, all the way from Sweden at 3:30 in the morning, Odandrol has swept in to save the day and fill our fourth slot. So welcome back, my friend.
Thank you.
Always good to have you. We've got two of our regulars here. Sean and Bunnilla are joining us as well. And one of our very OGs, Matt, a.k.a. Dorgabas, a.k.a. Mort, the one-legged elf, is here as well.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, thanks for joining us. Happy to have you guys.
Of course.
So, if you've been a fan of the channel, you may have seen our previous Walking Dead stuff, which was last year. We played through the starter set scenarios, the Golden Ambulance, and the Wolf's Den. Today we are going to be playing through two little short scenarios that I have found that are fan-made. So, and what we're doing, something a little special again, we are utilizing the Kickstarter exclusive characters from the show. So we have Carol, Gabriel, Glenn, and Michonne as our playable characters tonight. So that is pretty cool. So if you're unfamiliar with The Walking Dead, it's a very big zombie show that took the world by storm back in 2010. It's still shambling on to this day through a variety of offshoots and side shows, although the main series came to an end a couple years ago. But we're like right with these characters, and we're kind of right smack in the middle of the timeline during the golden years. Probably just as the group has made it to Alexandria, or sometime between meeting Father Gabriel and getting to Alexandria. But regardless, that is irrelevant as we dive in here. So, any questions before we get started? We'll learn the rules as we play. It's a little abstract. If you're into RPGs, this one definitely you have to do a lot of theater of the mind. So, but it's a free league game, so in my opinion, it's rather simple and straightforward. So we'll see how that all works.
So is our game today unrelated to the events of the show, kind of on one separate kind of thing?
Correct. Yeah. These are two fan-made scenarios that are just little scenarios that are meant to just be thrown into your session when you're running your own campaign. But they seemed fast and cool enough to give a try. Unfortunately, the person who made these does not have their name on the actual PDF, otherwise I would give them credit. But if you go to the Walking Dead Discord on the Discord page for the game, you can find this under the files section where you can download stuff, and I'm assuming the author has it there. I'll see if I can find that for the break and give this person credit, because these particular ones, they did artwork. It looks just like you're looking at something taken out of the book. They got all the same fonts and all the same artwork and tables, so pretty cool. They even give you a map with one of them, so that's kind of neat. So, anyway, so yeah, The Walking Dead is a series where the dead return due to a virus that reanimates the dead, and it centers around a sheriff down in Atlanta, Georgia, by a sheriff's deputy by the name of Rick Grimes, and his adventures to try to find his family and then lead a variety of survivors through the apocalypse as the days turn into years, and highlights, as any good zombie media does, that usually the living are the ones that you really got to worry about. Odandrol, for your sake, in The Walking Dead, in the actual universe, they don't actually have zombie movies, or any zombie media. So the idea of a zombie is completely foreign to the characters, which is one of the big things they have to kind of overcome at the start. They don't have a frame of reference like that, like we do. Consequently, they're never referred to as zombies in the show or in any of the Walking Dead media. They're always referred to as walkers, or primarily as walkers, but different communities will have different names: biters, groaners, moaners, draggers, geeks, freaks, all sorts of names. But walker is the typical thing. And although they sort of kind of hint that there might be variant walkers, they're pretty much all your typical George Romero shambling zombies. The first season has some zombies that are a little bit different than that, but that quickly gets kind of swept under the rug when they change showrunners, for better or for worse. So it's usually, 1, 2 walkers, not that big of a threat, especially as, the group gets more experienced and as the show goes on. But when you deal with hordes and hordes of them, that's where things can get out of control. And your characters would all know at this point, the only way to kill a walker is by destroying their brain. Even chopping their head off, their head will still be animated and dangerous. So you have to destroy the brain with blunt objects or piercing objects, headshots, things like that. Getting bitten will infect you, and the virus will eventually give you a fever that will kill you, and you will reanimate. But the thing that the characters find out in the show after season 1 is that the virus that causes this is airborne. And so basically everyone on Earth is infected. So even if you die of natural causes, as long as your brain was not destroyed in your death, you will eventually reanimate. Typically within a couple hours to maybe a couple days at most, or a couple minutes to a couple hours. But yeah, so at this point, your characters all know that. You have been traveling together for some time, and you are at your community, which in this game is referred to as your haven, your base. This is where you and all your NPCs have tried to make their home. And in the game, when you're playing as actual campaign mode, your haven actually has like a character sheet. So you can increase its defenses, its capacity, its food supply, give it different upgrades, and there's rules for building and adding to it, like some of the other Free League games have. So, any questions before we dive in?
I don't think.
All right. So, you guys are basically normal day at your haven. Nothing in particular has gone on. We'll just say you guys are at Alexandria at this point. So it's a huge gated community that was made up of houses that were in the $700,000 ranges. And the group stumbled upon this a couple months ago. And the people of Alexandria let you guys in after you've been on the road for months, really seeing how terrible it is out there. And over time, your group has come to occupy various positions of leadership in the community, as it was clear that the Alexandrians had no idea how bad the outside world really was. They have a huge metal wall that surrounds the entire place that was built by one of the men that lived here, an engineer who has since died. But they have been relatively untouched by the horrors of the apocalypse. And over the last couple months, you guys have tried to teach them and show them that they need to be ready for anything. Because even though they have these amazing walls, if even one walker gets in, it could be bad. So, at this point, there is some commotion. Gunshots are heard in the surrounding woods outside of Alexandria. And there's a lot of the regular Alexandrians that are part of your core group are obviously worried and scared and upset at what that might indicate. Rick, the group's leader, is currently away on a run with Aaron. And so, that kind of leads. Yeah, Michonne, she sometimes takes the lead. Glenn often takes the lead as well because he's been around since the beginning. Rick and Michonne at this point have coupled up, so, she's his, not his wife, they're not married, but his girlfriend at least. And Carol's been around since the beginning too, so Father Gabriel's the newest member of the group, but he's been with you guys for probably a couple months at least now, so he's come out of his shell of being a worthless coward and actually being helpful to the group. So, what do you guys do? You've all met up and basically have like one building that's been set up kind of like a town hall where whenever there's a meeting or an important discussion that needs to be had, Rick will gather everybody here to speak. And, a couple of you are gathered in here, maybe with some of the show regulars, maybe with some of the regular citizens of Alexandria. You've been told, or you've heard yourself, the gunshots not too long ago outside the walls.
Well, I assume there is a new group incoming. We might want to help them. Guide them in through the wall.
Yeah. Well, gotta be careful too. They could be dangerous.
Only if we are dangerous to them. We should be welcoming.
The walkers?
Well, the people shoot the guns. They aren't the walkers. They're fighting other walkers.
Oh my gosh! Imagine a walker with a gun.
You'd be screwed.
Well, it can be two parties fighting off too. So I agree we should be careful. But we need to investigate this. Might have survivors out there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Although I feel peace should be the option up front.
The other thing you would all be concerned about, because you guys all know that walkers typically are attracted by noise and light, although their vision is not amazing. But in the middle of the night, if there's a fire, odds are they're going to find you. You guys all know they can also track pretty well by scent. They can tell that you are not dead, and so you guys have all tried the trick at least once where you've coated yourselves in walker guts and slipped through a herd. Glenn in particular had to figure that one out early on. But so you would know that even whatever's going on, that noise could potentially attract walkers from miles away. And if they get into a large enough herd, that is where walkers really become truly dangerous and could potentially threaten the settlement. So that would be another concern you guys would all have as well.
Yeah, we might want to go out and at least investigate, and if we see a group of walkers gathering, try to lure them away from the settlement.
You should squat up, load up, and deal with it, like we always do.
Well,
Yeah.
let's go.
All right.
All right.
A quick question for you, Chris.
Yes.
Do we need to go over anything with like anchors?
No.
No. Okay.
So, this game uses a thing called PC and NPC anchors, which is someone in the group. NPCs actually play a big part in this game in your community. So you will have a PC and an NPC anchor. These are people that your character really cares about or gets along with. And during the game, you can interact with them and have conversations to reduce your stress. It's one of the ways to reduce stress. But the other way is by resting, and typically, that kind of stuff happens between, big chunks of the story. So if it comes up, you guys can each pick another PC as your anchor, but you won't have any NPC anchors in this. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine. Your drive. Well, we'll get to everything else as we play. Everybody should have at least one talent, and all your gear that you normally carry on your inventory is on you right now.
Okay. Sweet. Sorry to interrupt. Go for it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, well, there's only one gate into and out of Alexandria, which you guys always have a couple people on guard. There's a watchtower up to the left, and then the gate slides to the the left and the right. Can you hear me okay, Odandrol? I keep getting Discord messages from you. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Take that as a not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at his camera like he's confused. Can somebody message him maybe? If I go into Discord, it's gonna fuck everything up here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. He's still on camera though. It's weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. Seems our Swedish.
I'm back.
Okay, there we go. Okay. What
It comes and
happened?
goes.
Are you like the sound is going out? Is that what's happening?
Everything stops. But Foundry is still rolling. But
Okay. All right. Weird. Okay, so yeah, you guys are free to get together and depart the settlement.
Yeah. How does like group stealth work in this game?
So, stealth works. So in this game, we have stealth and mobility, unlike an Alien. Stealth is obviously the one you use for stealth. Mobility is more like your acrobatics type stuff. You're trying to balance or things like that. When we do group stealth, I believe we can just do assists like before. You pick one person to lead the group, and other people can assist. And I think the assisting works pretty much the way it does in Alien. So up to 3 people can assist, and when you roll the dice, you'll click on the name of your skill. It'll add your stat and your skill together for a certain number of d6, and if you have any stress, it'll roll stress dice as well. Just like in Alien, you need to roll a 6 on any dice in order to get a pass. Occasionally there might be situations where you need more than one success, but that's somewhat rare, but it actually is a rule in this game, unlike an Alien. And if you roll a 1 on a stress dice, it's called rolling a walker, and when that happens, you do what's called messing up. And depending on the situation, there's different tables we can roll on for messing up, or the GM is allowed to decide what happens. Typically it means a nearby walker has attacked you, or the situation has somehow gotten worse, or the threat level or the swarm size of nearby walkers increases. It just kind of depends what the situation is and what the GM decides. So
how do you add the dice to a roll if you're getting help? I tried to right-click it, but
you left-click on the name of the skill, and then a window will pop up, and you can add it under bonus dice.
all right.
And actually, I was mistaken. You guys will each make stealth rolls, and extra successes you can transfer to give to another person in the group. Because there are no stunts in this game like in Alien, so typically extra successes don't matter unless it's an opposed test or a test where you need more than one success.
Okay.
And rules is written, the hardest a test will ever get is 3 successes needed.
Okay.
So yeah, why don't everybody give me a stealth roll here?
I might need to
Yeah, you can push just like in Alien, which will gain you a point of stress, and then you'll roll. Wow. Okay, so we have 1 success.
18 dice so far. No, we have no successes.
Oh, that was your melee attack. My bad. Your fake. Your
yeah,
practice roll.
my test.
Oh my god.
Cool. So 22 dice with no successes. We're fucking
What a start.
good.
Hold on, my dice
So next
is
game?
messed up. Yeah.
All right, I got 2, so I'll give 1 to Carol. She has
Thank
the
you.
worst stealth, so
Carol Baskin.
Tiger King.
If only.
We'll seek her on all of those walkers. They won't stand a chance.
Sorry,
I'll just
folks.
stick my tigers on them.
Yeah.
Eat them, dispose the bodies, be fine.
All right, hold on. I had the roll thing covered up, so I forgot that happens. way too many windows open right now.
So many windows, the best windows.
Okay. I think that's better. All right, great. Okay. So we have 2 people that have passed, 2 people that have failed. So for those that failed, do the 2 of you wish to push? Glenn. Man, Glenn had 7 dice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn.
Yeah, let's push that one.
Yeah, or Father Gabriel. You guys gonna push? Okay, so
Probably good.
Glenn passed.
I messed up.
You got the mess up.
Oh my god.
Okay. All right. So, since you're not in combat, there's no chart to roll on here. Instead, the mess ups are up to the GM. Typically, nearby swarms will increase, or something else will happen here. So, our viewers can see we have a threat meter here, which indicates the distance of like the activity of the walkers nearby. So it starts at 0, meaning there's no walkers in the area, and then it goes up to 6, which basically means the zombies are literally grabbing you and trying to bite you. So we're gonna just increase the threat meter right up to 2 right off the bat. As you guys begin to make your way into the woods, you're not as quiet as you would like, and you are noticing more walkers in the area than there typically are. You guys always have patrols going out to clear out any walkers nearby, and you can tell that there's definitely more out here than usual. Nothing you guys have to worry about. None of them get in your way. You don't have to fight any of them at the moment. They're far enough away where it's not a big deal. But so basically at threat level 2, let's go through this really quick for you guys. Threat level 1, the walkers are around, but they have not noticed you. You might suffer a single attack if you mess up a skill. At 2, the walkers are close by, but they are not aware of you yet. The GM can draw a map if they wish to show exactly where the walkers are. At threat level 3, the walkers have become aware of you and they begin to move towards you. Once you hit 3 or higher, you gain a point of stress because you've been detected by any nearby walkers. On 4, the walkers are closing in. At 5, they're within arm's length, and at 6, they are in your face. And basically, the higher the threat level, obviously will determine whether or not you have to actually fight off walkers or not. And the size of the swarm will dictate what skills you're allowed to use and how many successes you have to have, because you kind of fight them in like one giant melee, or one giant combat, I should say. So, with that being said, you're noticing a lot of walkers, but you're avoiding them for the most part. You head in the direction that you believe you heard the gunfire, and it is not long before you come across a small camp. You can see that there is what's left of a small campsite that someone had set up. There are a couple haphazardly arranged tents tattered in a space around a dwindling campfire, and the area is in complete disarray. There's belongings scattered everywhere, there's supplies strewn about, and amidst the scattered items you see about a dozen bodies lying motionless on the ground. You are in the thick of the woods at this point. You can no longer see Alexandria from where you are. You cannot see the walls or the settlement at all. And in the distance, you guys can see the silhouette of a walker shambling about. There's nothing in the camp, though. The camp itself looks clear for the most part.
These bodies, are they walker bodies or human bodies?
Give me a scout roll. That is this game's version of observation or spot or insert RPG looking skill of your favorite.
Perception.
Yep. Okay.
Got success.
So, Carol, you take a look, and you can tell that some of these are definitely walkers. You can see that they've got the telltale signs of decay, blood-stained clothes that are rotting away from being out in the elements. Most of the walkers look fairly old. They don't really look like the freshest, maybe a couple weeks or months at most. But you do notice a few that look like they're probably human bodies as well. Or I should say not walkers.
Do we know how long it takes for a fresh body to become a walker?
Typically anywhere from a couple minutes to a couple hours.
Cool. Well, Michonne's going to go to the non-walker looking bodies and just right through the skull with her katana.
All right. As you're about to do that, Michonne, something catches your eye. As you're about to lob off one of their heads, you realize it looks like this person has been scalped.
Okay.
And when you check the other, I believe there's 3. There are 3 bodies that are clearly not walkers. And if you'd like to give me a medicine roll, you might be able to determine a bit more here.
I'll alert the rest of the group to this, as I'm not very good at all that medical stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a look for you.
Yeah. But we should do this quickly, because there's some crazy person scalping people.
Did you pass?
Yep.
Nice. Way to go.
All right, good. So you notice, well, first thing you notice, the other 2 bodies are also scalped. And you can tell that they definitely have not turned. They have lacerations and all sorts of deep gashes across their bodies. And now up close, it is very easy to tell that they are not walkers, and the other 5 or 6 bodies are.
And they're definitely killed by zombies, but the scalping doesn't make sense. And he's gonna whip out his Bible and do a little prayer.
You actually, well, the strange thing is, Gabriel, is you do not see any bite marks.
Oh, okay.
They were killed by lacerations, which is slices.
Ooh.
With a knife or a sword.
Claw marks? No.
Apparently no claw marks, no bite marks.
Lacerations.
But I'm going to pop each of them in the skull. Save us from dealing with 3 more walkers.
Do we know approximately how long it's been since we heard the gunshots out here?
Maybe 30 minutes.
Okay. I'll basically go on high alert and just kind of start scanning the area, see if there's anyone like trying to botch us right now, or just keep it out of any ambushes.
Give me another scout roll.
I'm blind.
He's old, it happens.
And I think
Yeah.
actually everyone should probably gain a point of stress, because you've probably never seen scalping in real life up close like this.
Yeah.
And that's, every group of fucking weirdos you guys encounter has something weird going on, like carving W's in their forehead. This is a new
It's
one.
a new horror
Yeah.
every time we meet another group of people. Can we
People suck.
search the bodies, see if they have anything useful?
Yes, you can. Anyone who would like to search the bodies or the area can give me a survival roll.
Ooh.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Oh.
3 successes. Carol,
Carol Baskin.
you're
The
a
best skill.
thieving scavenger.
Did you say my character was good, Chris?
This might be user error, buddy. You hit 7 dice. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Sometimes you just need to get the Reed syndrome.
Okay.
Just fumble your arrow.
How many
It's okay.
how many successes do we have?
1,
5.
2, and then 5. Yeah.
Total of 5. Okay. So most of the stuff's kind of just scattered about, in a haphazardly way. Clearly, these people were attacked and kind of caught off guard. You do find multiple bullet casings throughout the camp of several different calibers. Things that you find that are useful. You find a tattered backpack in one of the bags, or in one of the tents, which has a small first aid kit. Still has a couple bandages and some antiseptic in it.
Nice.
You find a baseball bat that's kind of bent. It's a metal one, but it's bent at like a 45-degree angle. And you also find a old duffel bag that's got a couple rations in it. 3 rations of canned food.
Okay. Hey, food's always helpful.
Otherwise, you find things like an empty water jug they were clearly using to drink out of. You find a jacket that's been torn. It looks like someone probably dropped it, or maybe it was torn from them while they were running. And you find several empty tin cans. Looks like they were probably in the middle of breakfast when this happened. You also can tell that there are lots and lots of footprints in here, way more than just these 6 or 7 bodies probably would have made, and you can see some leading out of the camp further into the woods.
Okay. Who wants the medical kit?
I roll 5 dice for medical.
Sounds like a winner to me.
All right, you can take the basic medical gear.
So is there a limit to how many weapons you can carry or use?
It's basically just based on the weight of items, and once you hit an encumbrance limit. But most stuff like that is like small. It's when you actually have like weapons and big pieces of gear that you'll start to get loaded up. So I mean, this stuff.
Glenn, will I the baseball bats?
Sure.
So, is it okay if I take this?
Go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Pre-used, but I might bend it backwards or
Yeah.
back
If you hit it
again.
on the other side, you might be able to bend it back. Yeah. Good
Glenn-
old American aluminium.
Do you guys have
Glenn's very
access?
familiar with baseball bats.
Do you guys have access to foreshadowing? Do you guys have access to the weapons folder?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
You should be able to just drag and drop.
Do I, by any
Basic,
chance,
baseball
find
bat?
a howitzer?
Yeah, just a basic baseball bat. No, you do not find a tank cannon. I'm sorry.
Cringe, unbearable, literally unplayable at this point. I don't know why I'm here.
That was left back at the prison. Sorry.
So we should probably start following those tracks, right? We don't want this psychopath to meet up with Rick and his partner.
If they show up in Alexandria, this could be nothing but problems. So, see what
Hopefully
we
they
can
won't
find out.
open the gate for them and they will just shoot them or hold them off. Let them wait until we return.
How optimistic of you to think they'll show up at the front gate and just stand there and wait and get shot at?
Maybe these people were threatening to these others. We don't know anything yet. We shouldn't be too rash.
Okay. So
But let's
the people
not
that were
look into
scalped
anything.
threatened the person or people with the knife, and then after self-defending themselves, the people with the knife decided to scalp.
Hey, I'm just saying we don't know the situation, so.
Situations, people are dead and they got scalped. That's not normal. We got to deal with this.
This is pretty serious and also insane.
I just don't want to
People
jump
don't
the gun.
Being
here.
self-defense.
It stops being self-defense when you start scalping people, I'm going to be honest.
Well, It seems that I'm not feeling well today. I can try to scout ahead and keep your guys safe behind.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 paces.
Sure.
So should I roll for scout then, Chris?
Yeah, if you want to do scout to try to keep a beat on these tracks, and then everybody give me another stealth roll as well. So you make your way out of the camp.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, I see some
Oh
hands.
no.
3 successes, but I messed up.
You're about to catch some hands.
I'll give one to Carol.
Thank you.
I can give one as well if anyone needs them.
I rolled the wrong one. I rolled survival instead of stealth. So I'm sorry.
Well,
I'll redo that.
yeah, redo that. Ew, ew. Okay.
Oh my god.
I love the little skull icon for you messed up. That's awesome.
Oh man, we went from like 2 to 5. Oh boy.
I don't know why the success symbols are biohazard symbols. That doesn't seem very good either, but okay. All right, so you scout ahead, Glenn. You take off in front of the group, and the tracks are pretty easy to follow. You see... it's hard to tell how many, but it looks like a lot. So you start seeing trampled bushes and trees, disturbed leaves, footprints. You've learned a little bit of tracking from Daryl in the group at this point, because he's been around for the whole time too. So you've learned a thing or two, and this is super easy. You think anybody could follow this? Unfortunately, as you guys are creeping along, Glenn and Michonne mess up on their stealth rolls, and Carol just outright fails hers. So, what we're going to do here, we're going to increase the threat level to 3, because at this point, you guys have made enough noise where, some of the walkers back in the direction of the camp are starting to follow you guys and shamble their way towards you. Carol and Glenn, Glenn, you're up ahead, and you are looking around, and you bring your foot down on a branch, and it goes off so loud it's like a gunshot. And you like look down, you're like, fuck, you kind of say to yourself, and from out of a bush nearby, there's a walker you didn't see that's been laying partially covered in like branches and leaves, and it reaches out to try to grab your ankle. So you're going to take a walker attack. So the way this works, it's very simple, it's very straightforward, but it's abstracted. So when you suffer a walker attack, you can use any skill you want to try to deal with the walker, whether it's trying to fight it, escape, or whatever you can come up with. If you pass the roll, if you succeed on the test, then you either kill the walker, or you otherwise somehow escape from it, or you lose it, or you hide from it, whatever you want it to be. But if you fail this roll, you then have to roll on the walker attack table, which basically means you are unable to fend the walker off, and it somehow attacks you. It might do something as simple as scratching you. It might do something as terrible as ripping your throat out and killing you. So, please let me know what skill you'd like to use. And yeah, as long as it makes sense narratively in the situation.
So I'm detected by the walker, so I might not stealth away, but I might run away, doing a mobility check.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll go with mobility.
All right.
Come on, Glenn. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you kick the thing. It loses its grip. It looks like it's really emaciated. It can barely get up off the ground. And you guys can see like Glenn kind of darts forward at a bit of a run. You guys can hear the sound of the walker nearby in the bushes, and it's starting to crawl out. But you can see it is so emaciated and thin, it really doesn't even have the strength to pull itself. You guys are able to kind of circumnavigate it.
Nice.
And I have one of me as well too, or just the one the walker?
Yeah, so Carol, you do as well. You're doing a terrible job here being quiet. And
I gave Carol one of my successes.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay then.
Yeah,
Good. You're good.
Yeah, but I had messed up. So
Then we increased the threat meter by 1, and then Glenn took a walker attack, so those are your 2 mess ups.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
But yes, the walkers are starting to trail you, albeit, slowly. So it is not long after that, Glenn, as you are kind of running, you start to see an area where the trees are thinning out, and you can hear the sound of many walkers up ahead, and you almost stumble into like a bit of a clearing, but you stop just short. And I'm going to move you guys over to a map here that we have. I'll put you guys on the map here.
Cabin in the woods. Oh boy.
All right. So Carol, Gabriel, and Michonne, you guys are towards the back here. Glenn, you're a little further ahead as you almost stumble past the trees. And you can see there is a cabin up ahead. There's a small shed out front to the left, and looks like there's a well near the shed also. The cabin is surrounded by a swarm of at least 24 walkers that are clearly trying to get into this building.
Do I have eye contact with the rest of the group here? Or am I isolated?
So you almost stumble out into the open, and one of the walkers hears you and starts shambling towards you. This one that's kind of... It looks like the rest are either making their way towards the house, or they're already at the walls trying to get in.
Alright, so I tried to make a circumvent movement, drawing that walker towards me, but away from my team.
Okay.
You can I'm moving.
Go ahead and move your token where you want to go, and then...
So, in this direction?
Sure. Yeah, it follows you. No problem. I mean, you're able to outpace it at the moment. What do you do? Are you just trying to get it away from the rest of the horde?
Yeah, get it to a quiet place and finish it off with my bat.
Okay. So, it's basically the same rules. If you want to try to engage a walker, it's a walker attack. So you make a skill roll, whatever's appropriate, and assuming that you pass, in this case you're trying to attack it, so we're going to assume if you pass, you kill it, but if you fail, you take a walker attack. So you lure the thing over here, kind of out of sight, and maybe a little further into the woods over here. You're going to go ahead and make an attack with the bat. I believe you have to click on the actual icon of the item, and that should bring up the attack. Yeah. Mythbuster and Murder Hobo in the chat. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys.
Woo-woo.
Here we go. 14.
Okay.
What?
So you smash the thing in the leg, knock it to the ground, bash it in the head a couple times until its head is a fine paste, foreshadowing, and it is deceased for good. And the rest of the horde does not seem to notice you.
Is the bat straight now?
It's like at a 25-degree angle.
I
2 or
improved.
3 more hits. Yeah, we'll get there.
Now, Gabriel, Carol, and Michonne, you guys lose sight of Glenn at this point. because he ran ahead. And there are still walkers following you guys from behind. You can hear the sound of walkers up ahead as well. So what do you guys do?
We should probably deal with these walkers behind us. We don't want to get caught on two sides, right?
The smart thing to do. Last thing you need is
Yeah.
being sandwiched.
But then we got Glenn out there by himself, surrounded by walkers. He's in danger too. We gotta protect Glenn. Can't just leave him alone out there.
Glenn's a slippery guy. He gets in and out of places that most people don't.
I trust it.
About how many walkers we have chasing us from behind? Can we tell?
No more than half a dozen.
Okay.
You see, like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, for
In
you
this
guys, I mean, for you guys, it's not an
crazy.
insurmountable amount.
So just maybe try to set up an ambush, wait for them to come close, past some trees, and then just bash them, slash them. Or does everyone have a weapon?
Yes.
I have a knife and a pistol.
Oh, okay.
You guys just went out without any weapons. Like, yeah, we're gonna go find some survivors. It'll be fine.
I don't know. Maybe Carol brought her hope and some
What do you
cookies
mean?
or
I have
something.
the Bible.
I
Dude,
think at this point in the story, Carol has lost
Yeah.
her hope persona.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, at this point, Carol is like okay. Well, we're gonna kill that person because they're clearly.
I do hope she brought some of her cookies though, because she is a mean baker. So.
Oh. Yeah, she's got it on lock.
Yeah, this is after the
Carol
wolf-
was the
This is after the wolves have attacked, so Carol is a certified badass at this point.
Oh,
Carol was the
okay.
look with the flowers person, right? The little girl. That was Carol.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
what a great scene.
All right. Yeah, I think this is post look with the flowers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Good old Carol. Okay, yeah. So we get to just ambush these guys, these six walkers. I'm sure we can both kill two.
Yeah, so here's how this is going to work. This counts as a... Oh, wrong rules. So this counts as fighting a swarm, okay, because it is a group of walkers, and you guys are doing this together. Sometimes if you're by yourself, you have to fight a swarm without help. The swarm size here is only 1, so swarm size goes up between 1 and 6. 1 being 5 to 10 walkers, going up progressively until you get to hundreds or even thousands of walkers. So swarm size 1. So what happens here is basically you guys do like a... it's kind of like a set of group roles. So... basically when you're fighting a swarm, up to... even if there's more than 3 people in the scene... 3 PCs or NPCs are allowed to make rolls, and you're trying to get a number of successes based on the swarm and the threat level. If you guys fail that, either the swarm gets closer, it gets bigger, or you guys take an attack, and the swarm attack is a little bit different than maybe what a normal walker attack is. If you mess up, things can obviously get worse as well. But if you succeed, then you guys have killed the group that you're fighting. And if you fail to kill the swarm, you then have to fight it again next round, unless you're able to escape. So, the swarm threat is your target number of successes that you're trying to reach. And it is the swarm size plus the threat level. So we're at threat level 3. So they're in the distance, but they're coming towards you, and it's only a small swarm of 1. So the swarm threat target number is 4, which means between the 3 of you, you guys have to get a total of 4 successes. Now, depending on the threat level, which determines the distance that the walkers are from you, determines what skills you're allowed to roll here to try to win the fight. So let me find that really quick, unless it's on the cheat sheet here. No, it's not. You guys are able to use Endure, which is like strength, like knocking stuff over, breaking down doors. I'm sorry, Endure is like resistance. Like if you like stamina type stuff. Force is strength, mobility, obviously dodging around, range combat, or stealth to try to hide. Because they are so far away, you can't use close combat at this point. Basically, when the threat level's 5 or 6, that's when they're in close combat range. Obviously, though, if you use guns, you're gonna make noise. So,
Right.
What do you guys want to do here? And you guys can each choose different skills.
Odandrol can't hear us, it seems. Again.
Oh.
I'm back again.
Oh, you're right.
It comes and goes.
Okay.
So again, you need
so.
4 successes between the 3 of you. If you fail, then either the swarm increases, the threat increases, or the swarm attacks. They're not in range to attack right now, so I would say that they would probably get closer. But
Okay.
that's up to me to determine. So
I think I'll use stealth from me. Can we each use the same one, or multiple people, or?
Yep. You guys can.
Okay.
You guys can use whatever you like. You guys can all use the same. It's up to you.
Can I use survival to set up a trap?
Sure. What kind of trap are you gonna try to set up?
Like, It's a great question. I hadn't thought that far ahead.
Trail?
I guess I try like something like a tripwire trap kind of a thing. You know, hopefully it's a walker walk over it, trip down for an easy coup de grace type situation.
Sure. Go ahead. Okay, we have 2 successes. Does anybody wish to push their rolls?
Just pushing me?
I'll push.
Yeah, it's just like an alien. You gain a point of stress and you re-roll your failures.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Nice.
There we go. But she messed up.
So Michonne, with total of 4 successes, she does that on her own, but she messes up. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so if one or more PCs messed up in a lost round, the GM chooses 2 options instead of 1. Okay, so this is not a lost round. Okay. Even if you win the round as a group, any PCs who mess up the skill roll will still suffer a single attack. This is not an increased threat level. Okay, so for the most part, you guys try to hide. Carol sets up a small trap, maybe takes one of them out. But basically, Michonne, you and Gabriel find a good place to duck and hide. And while you're able to get away from this group of 6 or 5, as the group of you move away, you unfortunately run into a random walker who's just like out here, just kind of milling about, and you almost bump right into it, and it turns around and lunges at you. So you're taking a single attack, so you can choose any skill you want to try to defend yourself, and if you fail, you roll on the attack table for the walker.
I guess I'll do I have a katana. Can I use my katana?
Sure.
Yeah. Click the katana, nothing happened.
Click on the icon.
Yeah, that's what I clicked. I clicked the icon.
I think it has to be off your main tab, not your inventory.
Yes, okay, it's the general tab, yeah. Alright, got it.
Damn.
Alright. So you easily just run this thing right through the head with the katana. But you do, and unfortunately you make a bit of noise, and you guys can hear a couple more of these walkers over here begin to mill their way towards the woods. At this point, you guys have maybe moved over in this direction, taken some cover in the trees, and you can see a few of these. The swarm is kind of like broken off, and they are. We're gonna move that up to 4.
Oh no. Is there a way to reduce stress in this game? Do we have like signature items?
There are no signature items. The way you reduce stress is either by having a 1 hour-ish conversation with your anchor, which relieves all your stress.
Wow.
You can rest the night, which you do what's called rolling a double low. You roll 2d6, take the lowest, you reduce that much stress. Or you have a social interaction, a short interaction with a PC or NPC, and you reduce your stress by 1.
Okay.
And that you can only do once, then you have to suffer stress again before you can do it again. So, there's really, you can't really do anything in the midst of a fight like this.
Yeah.
So, those walkers are on to you. Glenn, from where you are, you can see, about a quarter of this horde starts to make its way into the woods, and you probably can spot the rest of your group at this point from where you are. The rest of the walkers, though, you can hear them bashing and smashing at the cabin, and you can hear shouts of panic from inside.
Well, I think we need to take this new splinter group up first. So I will approach from the side and help my group take them out.
All right, hold on. I'm switching it over to our map. I need to put a token here. Let me
I
do
will
this.
move up.
Yeah.
So here somewhere,
All right, there you go, viewers.
and I will help them take out the group. Approaching
Okay. All right.
silently.
Okay, so in this case,
Oh,
if you
I lost
guys
you again.
in this case, if you guys choose to fight, I should actually say the swarm size right now is we're at a swarm size of 2. So there's about 10 to 20 walkers in the general area. So part of this group is coming at you. Okay. They're still at range, but they are pretty agitated and coming at you guys fairly quickly. If you guys choose to fight, because there's 4 of you, only 3 of you actually make rolls. People who do not roll can do an assist and give a bonus dice to someone. Or a 4th person is always allowed to use the leadership skill to try to buff the group. Just like in Alien, you can hand out successes. But only one person can do the leadership thing each round. So there'll only be one leader.
Okay, well, my main skill is close combat, so...
Mine
I'm-
is leadership, so...
Well, I'm not as useful outside of close combat. I get 6 dice for stealth, though, but I'm at 3 stress.
And at swarm or threat level 4, you can use force, mobility, or ranged combat.
So we can't take him down in close combat.
Not until they're at threat 5. So they're still not at arm's length. Unless if you guys intentionally want to engage them, you can keep in mind threat level just indicates the distance you are to the walkers. So threat 6 is the worst because the last place you want to be is with a zombie literally inches from your face. But if you guys want to engage in close combat, you would have to get to at least threat 5.
And at 4, we can't use stealth. It's only the mobility, range, or force.
Correct. Yeah, because the idea is that they're starting to surround you,
And it's harder to be stealthy when they're that close.
Exactly, yeah. And then at 5, you can use force, close combat, and range combat. And at 6, you can only use force in close combat.
Oh, 6 is bad.
Is there a chart somewhere that shows what you can use at what threats?
They don't have it on this cheat sheet, unfortunately.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we want to disengage a little bit and try to hit him at threat 4, or are we good to hit him at, or 3? Currently at 4. Because my mobility, I get 5 dice, and I've got 3 stress. I'll roll 8. It's not bad. And with Gabriel giving us his leadership.
You mean Gabriel?
Gabriel?
Gabriel? Wow.
You're going to hell.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That is the biblical way to pronounce that name, okay? I don't actually know if that's true, if there's anyone of the
I'd hate to hear you
I'm so
pronounce
sorry.
Michonne in your biblical sense.
Michonne, I am respectful to women.
Makone?
Makone?
Michonne.
Coral!
Cool. Well, guys, what do you want to do?
Well,
Disengage,
either way-
put him at 3, or start him at 4, and Gabriel.
You guys don't have to necessarily fight them. You could try to well, I guess no, because they're at it's threat level 3 or 4, so you can't use stealth anymore to get away at this point, so it's kind of like you're locked into a swarm fight right now.
We're locked into a fight, but we can't actually fight until they're closer.
Well, they're beginning
It's
to
like non-combat
they're
stuff.
beginning to surround you, is the idea. So
But as long as we hit that success level threshold, this swarm is defeated, right?
yes, correct.
Okay. So it's fighting in a different way.
And because it is it's swarm size 2, you need how many successes?
6?
Is it? Is that what it says on the sheet?
Isn't it?
Yeah, right. It's yeah, 2
Threat plus
plus
forms.
so 6.
I feel like we can do it.
We'll leadership it, and you guys can base it off of that. Well,
You done messed up.
All right.
You'll reel on Gabriel.
yeah.
More of the
Oh. Changed.
Oh, the music just fucking hit.
No, it keeps it's a short track. Okay, yeah. As long as the swarm size is 3 or less, if you beat it, then you destroy it. If it's bigger than that, you reduce the swarm size. You have to like cut through hordes of dudes. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna say at this point, with all the noise and the messing up, I mean, Gabriel, you're probably like shouting some commands at your team here. You guys have attracted more walkers, so we're gonna bump the swarm up to swarm size 3.
So
I
what
guess-
were our options? Force and
Force, mobility, and ranged combat.
I'm going to do mobility to try to outmaneuver so I'm not getting surrounded.
Okay.
I will follow suit on that one.
Oh boy. Wow.
Well, let's see.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I'm pushing.
There you go.
Okay. It's good. Oof. I'll use force, I guess.
Now, hold up before you do. So,
Oh.
when Bunnilla, when you do the leadership thing, it's like giving orders in Alien. So your successes give you the ability to give extra dice to other people. So do you want to give that to Sean since he hasn't made his roll yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Sean, you just gotta get 5 successes here, and you guys are fine.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh my god.
3 fucking ones.
Wow. Okay. Well, you fail to defeat the horde right now. There are zombies, walkers coming out of all directions, including, it seems, a few more were trailing you guys from back at the camp. You are quickly finding yourselves surrounded. I think at this point, we're going to increase the threat level to 5, as they are now basically getting into close combat with you guys. And we're going to add a few more here, just to show that there is... it's not looking great for our heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my walkers? Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, we have the Tager of the group, which is Carol.
Good. Get some female walkers in here, too.
Represent.
All right. So, next round. Currently threat 5. You guys are in melee at this point. You can use force, close combat, or ranged combat.
Well,
I'm taking
gonna
out the knife. I see
Close
Michonne. Your katana. I mean,
for
what you're
sure.
good at.
Yeah. Does someone want to give us leadership?
Yeah, because my combat is dog shit.
Yeah. Rip. Do you have any talents that help you for like leadership?
No. Oh my
Cool.
god.
Cool.
Did you mess up? Oh my god. Okay.
His cowardice shows once again.
Yeah, so Gabriel, you are going to suffer a walker attack because they are in range. So you can use a skill here to try to fend it off.
Mobility. I'm gonna just try to dodge the attack.
Okay.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
And just keep messing up.
So you turn to like shout something at Carol, and you like run right into a walker who smashes right into you. Please give us our first roll on the walker attack table.
Man.
Walker attack table.
Yeah,
Let's
see if you guys have access to it.
No, not the walker attack table.
All right. How about now?
Yeah, we got that one.
It's a D66 table.
I love
Our
it.
favorite type of table. Do you have access to it, Bunnilla?
Yeah, and you just click on the 1D36. Oh, I see the bottom roll. There it goes.
Honestly, I don't know, because this is the first time I think we've had this happen, so...
Bitten on the toe.
Oh, 2 points of damage.
Can I use my talent?
What is your
When
talent?
you roll a random die to see if you are hit or bitten, you can re-roll it once.
Okay.
Is this re-rolling the attacker, the walker attack?
Yeah, but hold on, because it's showing the total, it's not showing the D66 roll, because I know a 26 is not bit on the toe. So bitten on the toe is 52. So you rolled a 5 and a 2. And what does your talent say?
When you roll a random die to see if you are hit or bitten, you may re-roll once.
Would that let you re-roll both of them, or just... It says die, so I assume you just re-roll one of the die. I would assume you'd want to re-roll the 5, because that's what's putting you in the danger zone here. Okay. 12. You manage to hold the walker off, but it drools all over your face. You start vomiting heavily. Take 1 stress point.
Much better.
Yeah,
Much better than getting my toe bit
zombies
off.
got you like pinned against the tree. It's like fucking goo and mush and blood dripping out of its mouth. Luckily, you're already infected, so it doesn't matter.
God, for the higher power.
All right. Well, that was Gabriel, who His scream is cut short as his mouth is filled with vomit and blood.
Michonne will attempt to start hacking away with her super cool katana.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Such a good game, guys.
10 dice at a single success.
Technically 12 dice, Chris,
Okay.
with my stress.
Well, I mean, you're throwing yourself into the fight here, so I think it's only fair you take
Yeah.
a walker attack as well. You can
Yeah.
make a defensive roll.
I'm going to use the katana again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. One fucking success with 24 dice. Statistically improbable.
Okay. You fend it off, but you mess up. So, you stab this thing, and your katana goes through its head and gets stuck in the tree next to it.
Cool.
I mean, I could have broke it. It's still.
Oh, no, I understand. Because I'm just upset. I rolled 24 dice and got 2 mess ups.
All right, Carol, you only need to roll 8 successes here.
Oh, easy. I take out the knife and I do that in one slash. Let's go.
Believe in you.
I tell the walkers to look at the flowers, and I kill every last one of them. Oh,
Okay.
she tried! She tried!
Okay. All you need to do is push it and get 5 successes.
Yeah, get 5 successes on your 5 dice that you'll have.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty happy with that one.
It's called
Okay.
Yahtzee, and you can do it.
All right.
I
So-
didn't weave and dash through like the horde of zombies and take down like 3 or 4 in one go.
So, in total, you guys have 3 successes this round because everybody else biffed their rolls there. Which unfortunately means you guys do not fend off the Swarm. So the Swarm wins this fight. So when they win, and because you guys messed up, if one or more person messes up in the round, I can choose 2 of these things. I can either have them attack, the Swarm size can increase, or the threat level can increase. Well, I think it makes sense the threat level is going to increase by 1. It's maxed out at 6. You guys are completely surrounded. They are right on top of you. Multiple walkers are grabbing you, and your imminent death is upon you. The other thing is I'm going to have them make an attack, and there's 3 things they can do when they attack. They can do a single attack, which means we roll randomly to see which PC gets attacked. They can block, which means they block off all escape routes. Until the fight is won, all rolls for mobility or stealth need 1 extra success to succeed. Or I can do a mass attack. Roll a random die to see who is attacked by the Swarm. The target must immediately roll on the walker attack table. No roll to avoid is made. Well, I won't kill you guys off quite yet.
Don't worry, our rolls are doing that for us.
Yeah.
So, I think we'll go with the block. So if you guys try to use mobility or stealth to defend yourselves, should you take any walker attacks, you need 2 successes instead of 1. At this point, you... let's see here. We'll do a random die. Gabriel, as you're holding the zombie back and you like look past him in the direction of the house, you see a couple shapes moving through the trees, and they are not moving very walker-like. And you see them begin to sneak up to where the some of the walkers are on the outskirts of the house, and you see them like dispatch 1 or 2. But then your vision is quickly blocked by more blood and walker. So,
Spit in my mouth.
next round, we are up to a total threat value of 9. All you guys
Which means
can
we
use...
need 9 successes.
Yes. And all you guys can use is force and close combat.
Can I still yell?
Yeah, you can still...
Yell
One
me.
person can still do leadership. And in this game, you can fire a gun while you're engaged. but you have to use close combat instead of range combat to do it.
Hmm.
Although in this case, it doesn't really matter because you're not dealing damage, it's just successes. But were you fighting a human opponent, you can try to shoot them while you're in close combat.
So does getting any successes kill zombies to reduce the horde size? That's not how this game works.
All that it does is, if you fail the roll but get at least half the successes you needed, you have accomplished something helpful even if you still lost the round. You get one free success the next round. I don't think you guys had enough, though, did you?
I think we only had what?
You only had 3 and you needed 7, 8?
Okay.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you guys fell just short last round. So maybe you have killed a few, Matt, but there are quickly more popping out of the woods.
Hey.
So, next round.
Let's pop away.
Don't worry, my screams do nothing.
God, Bunnilla.
You can push that, Bunnilla.
Yeah, Jesus.
This is the okay. You see, we're trucking along.
All right. So we've got 4 successes so far between
Okay.
the two of you. Michonne.
I'll push based off of Michonne.
Well, that doesn't that because like you give us extra dice to roll.
But don't 3 of you get to roll for the attack, right? And then one person can do leadership.
Correct.
Yes.
So you could still roll.
Right, but like, okay.
Just-
okay. We'll push. Fuck it. There you go. There's 2 more dice.
Okay.
Can I get my katana out of the tree?
Oh, you have a total of 3 successes there. How did that happen?
I'm confused. I didn't have any.
But it says it shows he's got
Apparently,
3.
I counted one in the beginning. Apparently, I don't know how, but
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you have 3 extra dice here, Michonne, but you did mess up, Gabriel.
oh, I'm ready to get my other toe bitten off.
Yep.
Am I able to pull my katana out of the tree?
I'll let you burn one of Gabriel's successes he gave you to get the katana free.
I'm cool with that.
So you get 2 extra dice.
There we go.
So we have a total of 6 between the 3 of you. You need 9.
But we
I'll definitely
accomplished
push because I have a bunch of dice.
7.
2 more. Anyone else gonna push? You messed up again? Oh, Michonne.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I'm like a
There we
Okay.
go. 9.
That's weird. I only saw 1 success on the screen, but it showed 3 on the roll. The dice must be messed up. Okay, but you have
Because I pushed. So I had 2 successes in my initial roll. I pushed and got 1 more success in the
okay.
push roll for a total
So we
of
have
3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is exactly enough. All right. So you do wipe out this horde. Unfortunately, Gabriel, you mess up during this. And I think, especially because you're not really fighting, you're trying to leadership your way to victory, I think you're going to take another attack here. So please roll me some sort of defensive roll as these zombies begin to drop.
Okay. Gonna do a mobility and try to dodge.
Okay. Oh, I totally forgot there's a mess-up table we could have been rolling in combat for. My mistake. All right, so Gabriel, we'll say you do manage to maybe smash the zombie against the tree, bash its head, and it finally stops moving. But in doing so, you slip and fall in all the walker guts, hit the ground really hard, and you twist your ankle in the process. But all these walkers around you guys are disposed of. The threat is going to go back down to 2 because there are still walkers in the area, but they don't know where you guys are at, and they're kind of busy with the other people. And the swarm size is going to drop back down to just 1 because you've dispatched most of the walkers here.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
So the swarm size got up to 9, or the swarm power got to 9. Is that the right term? The threat level?
Yeah.
And the threat level basically determines the size of the swarm, essentially. Like, the bigger the number is, the more zombies or the more walkers we're fighting.
No, it's stupid because they use threat in 2 of these 3 terms. So the threat level is the distance that you are to the zombies. That's 1 to 6. The swarm size is also a 1 to 6. That determines how many walkers there are. And then
what swarm size were we fighting?
You guys were fighting a swarm size of 3.
3.
3. Okay.
Yep, which is 10 to 20 walkers.
And so at one point you said the threat got to 9. How did you determine that 9 number?
You add
so that would be like danger level.
You add the threat level plus the swarm size, and that's how many successes you need to beat them.
Gotcha. Okay.
They shouldn't use threat that way.
Yeah, unfortunately, that term is the threat level. I'm sorry, not the threat level. The swarm threat. So threat level
difficulty number. Okay.
Yeah, threat level is distance to walkers. Swarm size is number of walkers, and swarm threat is difficulty number.
Call it swarm strength or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't
or
see
just danger level. Like.
Yeah. Also, it's nice they give us a threat meter, but they should also give you a swarm meter. Would be nice.
Yeah. Well, now that we've dispatched most of them and they're a little less dangerous, do we want to help the people in the cabin, or?
Well, that wasn't even the cabin fight. We still have that whole thing to do. Okay.
Technically, we aggroed like half of them on the cabin to us.
I did see something weird over at the cabin during this fight. That it was like 2 other humanoid figures that didn't look like walkers. They weren't acting like walkers.
I think that could be Rick and Aaron, right?
Possible. They did kill 2 walkers.
Okay. Well, we should probably.
If anybody wants, it's optional, of course. You can attempt a scout roll to see if you can see where those figures went.
No, I'm good. I'm at 4 stress right now. That's killing me somehow.
I'll try.
Nice.
All right.
Killing
2
it.
successes.
So, Carol, you're scanning, and you swear you see, like, at least a walker or 2 that you didn't notice before in the group around by the house. And you see that there's one near the door, and you see that it appears to be grabbing the door handle, and from where you're standing, its back is to you, so it's kind of hard to tell. But with the 2 successes, it looks to you like it's actually trying to jimmy the lock open with a knife in its other hand.
Oh, so that's not a walker. That's a person. And they're, desperate.
That would be your guess. They are covered in quite a bit of dried gore and blood.
Well, we know that trick. You know it's only moderately successful, but they're trying the trick. And what is the swarm danger level? Is like a level 2 swarm, level 3 swarm. We're looking down here.
There's a level 1 swarm.
Level 1 swarm. Okay, so this is far more manageable.
Swarm threat of 3, so I think we can do this, guys.
Okay. I think we should go in there and try to help these people. After what we just dealt with, there should be a cakewalk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, nonsense. I'll make it worse with my rolls.
We'll see.
You know, you can't be
So-
as weird as that guy I heard about called Reed. That guy just sucks.
Yeah.
You need to have a Reed in every universe we play now. But
Every game, every campaign.
yeah, my name's Reed. I just, I was in the military when the whole outbreak happened. It's real shit.
Yeah, I was in the Space Marine Corps for another lifetime. You know.
I did logistics. I was the one who kind of like helped everyone with their ammo and got supplies going.
Well, the swarm that is currently active is unaware of you guys. It looks like they are far too focused on all the noise going on in the house. So the remaining walkers, I'll get rid of these guys, currently have no idea you're there.
So we just fought off the wandering walkers. They're just these guys out here. I take out my pistol, cock it, and get ready to fire. Well, no, it's not. They don't know they're. Just don't take out the knife. Just go for some stealth kills. What am I doing? Just take the knife.
Let's do
Sneak
some
up on them,
stealth work, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Stealth kills.
Bunnilla, do you have
I
any,
changed my
threat level
Yeah.
2 skills you'd like to use?
No. The only thing I have is to save me from getting bitten or hit.
Oh, okay.
No, I pray to God every day.
How's that working out for you?
Well, it
He's
kept
still
my
alive.
toe on. It kept my toe on.
Did save him.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to engage.
So are you guys going to try to sneak up and get into melee range to try to get the jump on the swarm?
Stealth kill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, obviously the threat's going to get moved up to 5 because you guys are getting engaged. I will need a stealth roll from everybody, though.
And I need 6 successes because we're going in closer.
Well, so my thought was here. I guess let's back up. My
The
thought.
system seems weird to me.
Yeah, I know. It just takes a little to get your head around. Because once you're at 5, stealth is no longer an option of skill that you can use to contribute to fighting the swarm. You can only use force, close combat, or ranged combat. What I was going to say was, if you guys want to try to sneak up on the horde, you can. If you guys want to get into melee range, but you're going to need to do stealth rolls to do that. If you guys succeed, I was going to give you guys bonuses to your fight rolls against the swarm because you have the jump on them.
But then we're fighting against a more difficult swarm because we're basically going against the strength 5 instead of the strength 2 at range.
Because it's more dangerous to fight walkers in close combat than it is to shoot them from a distance when they can't do anything.
Right. So we should probably try to engage at the 2 instead. And at level 2, what are our abilities?
It's only range.
At 2, it is. Well, at two, you can't. You don't engage them because they're not aware of you at that point. So.
Oh.
I mean, I guess I would say, if you want to engage them from range 2, you probably have to make a stealth roll to get into position to get. Because again, they're kind of around the entire house too. So I would say, rules as written, you're not fighting the swarm when it's threat 1 or 2 because the zombies don't realize you're there. So I would say if you guys want to get like a preemptive strike on them, you'd have to make a stealth test to get into position. And if you guys are able to do that, then you guys can all make ranged attacks, and it'll just be a couple successes to thin them out at that point.
I think that's probably like the best bet, right?
And if
Dangerous.
that fails, then the threat would go up to at least 3 because they'll know you're there, and then they'll start coming towards you, in which case it's going to be a swarm fight anyway.
Right. Okay. So, stealth checks, everybody.
You could take one of mine there, Carol.
There's
I
so
need
many
it.
dice rolling. Hold on. Why did Carol get 2 rolls there? Do you guys see that? It showed you rolled twice, Matt.
Did I double click it? We'll take the first one then. Maybe double click that. Realize.
Okay, I
take
see
the
what
first.
happened. Okay, but Michonne and Glenn messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. If you guys have suggestions for mess up too, it's supposed to be like a collaborative thing. If you guys have a suggestion here for messes up, otherwise I will come up with something.
I mean, maybe one of our items gets snagged and we drop it temporarily.
This is one of those games where, as long as you succeed, you can succeed and mess up a roll at the same time. So you can succeed at what you're doing, but something bad happens. So, all right. So here's, what'd you say there, Sean?
I don't know, like maybe like we drop one of our items temporarily and we have to try to find it.
What do you have on you?
I have my katana, bottle of water, dried meat, and the backpack.
Okay. Oh, actually, you know what I'll say? You've got your 2 chained walkers with your talent.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you realize during the fight, the chain on one of them came loose, and it's like wandered off. You're not sure where it's at.
No.
So we'll say your talent gives you a +1 bonus instead of +2 now.
Cool.
Did that get added when you made your stealth roll?
I've been adding it, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. And Glenn, what are you carrying?
A pistol and baseball bat and a baseball cap. Don't take my cap, Chris. Don't take the cap.
Here's what I'm going to say. Because you realize when you're getting ready to load your gun, it gets jammed as you're trying to get the clip loaded and make sure that it's locked or that it's loaded. So you'll need to make a tech roll to unjam the jammed round.
All right.
All right, no problem. Yeah, simple enough. And yeah, you guys can position yourselves wherever you'd like, basically on the map, because you guys are able to get into position, and if you want, you can surround them.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you guys 1 free round here of shooting, and you guys will need a total of 3 successes here to wipe this horde out.
We are shooting now and not going melee?
Well, I guess if you guys want to attack from a distance, or just want to get in and start meleeing.
I'm under the assumption that in this universe, shooting guns is bad because it's going to attract more zombies unless we absolutely have to.
I mean,
so we should, in theory, use melee unless we're desperate. That's kind of my understanding.
I mean, you guys, your characters all know noise attracts these things if they're nearby.
But
yeah, if we go in melee, it's going to be harder, and we're going to need more successes.
Okay, so I guess we're shooting then. Okay.
It just depends on what we want.
Well, shooting down will make it easier now, but then we get another horde that's probably going to come in on us slowly as the time goes by.
Right.
I mean, again, it doesn't mean like if you shoot, all of a sudden there's zombies right next to you attacking you. You know, it's just like in the show. Like if there's zombies within like a mile, they're probably going to hear gunshots and start shambling their way here. But depending how long this scene takes, that might be irrelevant.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be okay to just ranged attack.
If you guys fail to kill them, then obviously the threat is going to go up, because these ones are definitely going to hear it and probably turn and start moving towards you guys. So,
right.
Hey, start blasting then.
see a whole lot of gunshots going off here. Michonne, why don't you actually roll on the mess-up table here? Because there
Sure.
is one.
Shall I as well?
Yes. Yes, please.
Where's the mess up table? Oh, there it is. I got it.
I should have it. Okay, bad positioning. Opponent gets an extra success on their next roll. That's probably not going to matter. And friendly fire hits friend with weapons damage. Use random dice to decide who. Oh my god, Michonne. Michonne, what did you fire?
I don't have a ranged weapon.
Oh, you can't do a ranged attack then.
Okay.
He's throwing a rock at her.
Yeah, I throw a really sharp rock.
Throw your katana like a javelin across the yard. Just hits Carol in the chest. Oh shit.
Carol gets pinned up against a tree.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say you threw a rock, I guess. But we will roll to see who it hits. So 1, 2 is Glenn, 3, 4 is Carol, 5, 6 somehow is Gabriel on the other side of the house behind the tree.
It goes over the house.
Yeah.
It goes through the window.
Kobe.
All right, so the rock bounces off one of the zombies' heads and apparently hits Carol as well, and you take a point of damage, Matt. You see Michonne using rocks to kill zombies.
If it works, it works.
Oh my
Dang.
god, you guys are terrible. All right. Carol has 2 successes. Well, you guys have 4 successes between the two of you, so that is enough to kill these. So, as usual, Carol, you have to put the adult pants on and show these people how it's done, and you more or less just, commando 9 of the 10 of these zombies, and Michonne kills one with her rock, and they are dead. However, after all the gunshots, mainly from Carol, because no one else used their gun, you can hear screams, shouting, and gunshots from inside the house.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Take the front door in.
Yeah, let's bash it down.
The front door's on this side of the house, basically, right there. That's like the porch out front.
Oh, okay.
Are there windows, I assume? Like,
Yeah. It's like a small cabin.
I look through the window?
Okay. What you see is there's a total of 6 people in the house. You see 3 that you're guessing were the people in there that were defending themselves from the swarm. There is an old woman who looks to be in about her 60s. There's a middle-aged guy, probably in his 40s or 50s. And then there's another older guy, maybe in his 60s or 70s, that is on a bed. And you can see that he looks really fucked up. He looks like he's bleeding out. Also in the house, you see 3 other figures that are... at first you think that they're walkers, but then you realize, no, this is the people you saw that were dressed in or covered in walker guts. And the 3 of them are basically executing and killing these other 3 people with a variety of weapons. And these 3 are taken by surprise, basically. The guy on the couch, he doesn't stand a chance. And you see basically, probably with all the chaos of your guys' attack, these 3 took the time to start opening fire as well. And basically, like, you're looking through the window and there's a splash of blood that hits the glass as you see this guy basically takes out like some sort of hatchet and just starts hacking this guy in the chest on the couch, and he obviously dies. And then you see the guy that just killed him starts to scalp him with the which you realize like a tomahawk type looking weapon. And
do I see any guns on them? I'm sorry, did you see that?
yes,
See they have the guns on the attackers? They do have guns. Okay.
Yeah. You see, they all have. Let's see, 2 of them. I'm sorry, one of them has a pistol. The girl has a pistol. The guy with the hatchet has a rifle slung over his shoulder. And the last guy has a crossbow. And you see he puts a bolt right through the middle-aged guy's chest and then runs up and slits his throat with the knife. And the girl just guns down the old woman with her pistol. And then they all begin to start scalping these people. Meanwhile, the other three rushed into the house. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, basically.
Donkey kicked the door open, and you see a scene of horror as these three people covered in walker guts are finishing brutally murdering and scalping these people.
I try to go kill the closest fucking one.
Okay. All
Is
right.
your stress level?
Why would you ask that?
I mean, yeah.
Why would you make it harder?
You've never seen people get scalped in real life. It's horrible.
Sweet.
Okay. So, what happens next is what is called a brawl. So, a brawl is a fight between living opponents, and it is a fight that is taking place between basically like two groups. If you have a duel, it's like just like a one-on-one or just a couple people, but this is like a full-on brawl. So if you guys open up your cheat sheet here, the way this works is there's no initiative. Instead, there are 6 different actions you can take, and you choose what action you want to take, and that determines your initiative order and the action you take that round. So the first action is taking cover. You roll mobility. If you pass, you are immediately in cover. And when you're in cover, it takes 2 successes to hit you with a ranged attack instead of 1. This is very theater of the mind, this brawl stuff, so keep it abstract, okay? So you take cover, which means anybody who shoots you with a ranged attack needs 2 successes to hit you instead of 1. If you fail, you don't get to cover until the end of the round. So the idea is that you're trying to get to cover, but if anybody shoots at you during this turn, you don't get the benefits. Step 2 is range combat. The NPCs go first. They state who they're going to target, then you guys state who you're going to target, and you roll. If people are attacking each other, so let's say the girl is attacking Carol and Carol's attacking the girl, they do an opposed range combat roll against each other. If you're shooting at somebody who's not shooting back at you, it's just a straight roll, it's not an opposed roll. And if you hit, you do damage on your weapon, and extra successes do extra damage, just like in Alien. There's no stunts, it's just 1 hit to do the base damage of your weapon, extra successes do 1 point of extra damage each. Then, step 3 is close combat. This can only be done at enemies at short range, which you guys are all within short range, because the house it's a small enough area. This means you get into melee with someone, and you make a melee attack against them. 4 is movement, and movement in this is to move between range bands. So there's short, long, and I think extreme. Short is a couple meters, and it's melee range. Long is only ranged attacks, and extreme is basically only certain types of weapons can be used. If you go beyond extreme, it's assumed you have escaped the fight and you've left. 5 is first aid. That's the 5th action. So if anyone in short range you want to give first aid to. And then 6 is any other action that's not covered by one of those. So initiative is determined on what action you take. You can still do free actions like shouting, shout a couple words, but this is all kind of happening simultaneously. But obviously guns go first because guns are faster than someone running up to you and trying to stab you. So
yeah.
So with that in mind, the NPCs have to declare their actions first. So the woman She is going to try to take cover behind the couch, or the chair where she's killed this other woman. The guy with the tomahawk is also going to take cover, and he's drawing his rifle. And the third guy, the one in the middle, who looks like he's the older of the group, he turns and he begins to reload the crossbow. And he doesn't actually really do anything else. He doesn't like run to cover or anything. But while this is happening, he does say to you, "This does not concern you," as he's reloading the crossbow. So we'll say his action is other. He's just trying to defuse the situation, it seems. Now you guys each pick your actions.
I guess I'll take cover too and wait for the more talky members of our group to try to negotiate.
Oh yeah, we gotta make mobility rolls for these people too. So the woman, why didn't this work? There we go. Well, let's see if she makes it. Okay, she's in cover, and then the big guy. Okay, yeah, he hops over the couch, gets the rifle set up, and is preparing to aim. The other guy, he's not taking cover. He doesn't look as worried as those two. Wow, Michonne. You do like
I slide right into cover.
Yeah, you slide in. You slide around the corner. It's crazy. Very well done. Okay. What is everybody else doing?
I'm moving up to the door frame, pointing my gun in, but I'm not shooting.
So what action are you taking out of those 6?
Mobility here, so I'm moving for cover.
Okay, go ahead. All right, so you will get to cover, but if anybody shoots you this round, you won't be in cover until the end of the round.
Did I give him one of my successes or no?
No, in this it's like individual stuff, unless you use the other action to specifically assist somebody.
Gotcha. Okay.
Carol and Gabriel, what are you two doing? Carol, you're still at the window, so it doesn't look like they've necessarily noticed you, obviously. All their backs and sides are kind of turned towards you because your group is donkey kicking the door open right now.
If I take a shot, then they don't notice me to get a bonus to my shot? Like a unaware bonus or something?
I would say they will not count as being in cover because they have no idea you're there, and I'll give you like a surprise attack, so I'll give you 2 bonus dice as well.
I'm shooting.
Okay, all right. And Gabriel, what are you doing?
Gabriel will take cover on the other side of the door.
Okay, mobility, please. Wow, really good. Okay, so Michonne slides into the room behind like a desk or something. Gabriel and Glenn are basically flanking the door, although Glenn's still kind of in the open right now. And this guy, if anybody wants to say anything, you have a moment. You guys don't realize as Carol's about to blow this whole thing open, but
I feel like Gabriel would be like, hey, we don't have to fight. We don't have to, have more bloodshed. What the hell is going on here that you're killing these people?
All right, Carol, you do hear that. Do you still shoot?
These 3 people that were killing these innocents, they're running for cover too, right?
2 of them ran into cover. The third guy, the oldest guy in the middle, he's just reloading his crossbow. And he's the one that said, like, this doesn't concern you. The other 2 have run into cover, though, and are readying their weapons. So, I guess I should describe these people a little bit better. So, they all look Native American. They are all coated in zombie guts and gore. The one in the middle with the crossbow looks older, maybe in his 50s. He's got long black hair in 2 long braids, and you can see he's wearing definitely more traditional Native American garb, especially like his tunic that he has on. The woman looks the youngest, probably in her late 20s, early 30s. Long black hair, just down. It's not tied up in any braids or anything. She does have a tiny bit of face paint on, but very, very subtle. And then the third guy is pretty big, jacked, muscular guy. Also long black hair. His is tied back in a single ponytail. And he's got kind of a mix between more modern and traditional garb. So the two younger ones are taking cover, but the older guy is the one that's just reloading his crossbow. Out in the open, he's not pointing it at you guys, but he turns to regard the three coming through the door, and he's reloading the crossbow as he's talking.
So what I'll do, I'll kind of take an Overwatch position and kind of be ready. So if I see them start taking hostile action, I will then react and shoot at them. Sure. But I'm not going to shoot until I see them start to shoot first. Basically, I'll be an Overwatch.
Okay, perfect. And I think there actually is Overwatch rules in this game, so that's perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, no one actually took an attack this round, so nobody opens fire. Gabriel, you say, what are you doing here? And as the man finishes reloading his crossbow, he then, slings it over his shoulder, and he looks to the other two and, kind of motions for them to, lower their weapons. And he says, "These people here are not our concern." And he looks to you, Gabriel, and he says, "These three were part of a group that destroyed our settlement. We're simply seeking justice."
Couldn't you have done justice without bloodshed? Maybe something that doesn't involve killing, where we were already fighting off, hordes of dead people in our lifetime now. Anything else.
Perhaps.
This is not the God's will.
Perhaps not your God's will. But they slaughtered women and children, so we killed them all. Now, unless you wish to join them, step aside. We have no quarry with you.
Well, we don't want any bloodshed. I mean, if this is what you're saying is true, guys, I don't think we should involve ourselves. I mean,
are there still more of them, or?
That is the last of them. They escaped the camp, not too far from here.
All right.
Is there any more of you?
That is not your concern either.
Honestly, it's a little concerning. You're covered in guts.
No, that's something we've all done before to navigate through the.
Technically, I don't think Gabriel ever did that until the big battle at Alexandria. And that hasn't happened yet at this point. I don't think so.
Oh, okay. It's pretty common.
But Glenn and Carol for sure have. I think Michonne has at this point as well. So.
I think they did that at episode 1.
Yeah, Glenn did it episode 2.
1 or 2.
Yeah, it was episode 2. Yeah. So.
Well.
And Carol did it when she soloed the Terminus people.
Jeez.
Ah, yes.
We have a settlement up ahead. If you guys, or the rest of your group, need someone to settle.
We're aware of Alexandria, but it does not concern us.
Okay.
Well, maybe, if you would let us know where your settlement is, we could be more aware of that, since you guys know where ours is, and we can, try to work together in future endeavors of trade and religion and just
you see the
probably not religion, but trade. Yes.
The big guy, he kind of tenses up at that, and the woman starts to like say something, to the effect of like, we can't trust these people, they're outsiders. And the old man holds his hand up and he says, simply stay east of the river, and we need not concern ourselves with each other. If you stay out of our business, we will stay out of yours.
From the window, I'm going to cock the gun loudly and say, I'm not convinced. You're just going to kill these 3 helpless people and expect us to trust you? We're going to need more evidence of these people who you say they are. Not just going to watch you do this and let you walk away and just trust you after murdering these people. How do we know what you're saying is true?
So the big guy turns when that happens, and now he's pointing his gun at you. The old man, he unslings the crossbow, but he doesn't aim it at anybody. And the woman looks really nervous, realizing they're outnumbered now. And he says, and what proof would make you satisfied?
You claim that these 3 murdered your friends and family. And here they are,
Not
literally
just
sick.
these 3. Their entire group, who are all dead now.
So these 3 are elderly, sick, and helpless individuals. You've come in here, attracted a walker horde with you, and murdered them in cold blood. And we're just supposed to accept that?
He gives you a look like, yes.
I'm lowering my gun, but I'm keeping it ready.
Yeah, listen, if they're not going to bother us, and they're going to stay on whatever side of their river they are, I think we're good.
Look, clearly both of our camps are near each other. And if you want us to be trustworthy that you're not going to be a threat to us, you have to prove that you're not going to be a threat to us. You have to show us your camp, show us what was done to you, prove what you say is true. And if you do that, then we can separate ourselves and leave each other in peace. But if not, right now, as far as I'm concerned, you and your people are a threat that have to be looked after. So prove it to us. Say you are who you say you are, and we'll leave you in peace.
He says, my proof is this. Your group entered Alexandria 5 months ago. You were on the road, starving, dirty, alone, desperate, and on death's door. Alexandria took you in, and up until today, you had no idea of our existence. If that is not proof that we are not a threat to you, and your settlement is of no concern of ours, I'm not sure how else I can convince you.
So who were these individuals before they attacked you and then you revenge murdered them? Where did they come from? Because I don't recognize these individuals. This thing is a whole nother camp out here in our area that just decided to attack you? Why did they attack you? What happened?
Let me see the notes here. Here we go.
So, Carol is always this inquisitive?
Oh, she's not taking shit. She's not going to trust these people just because they say they're to be trusted. This is a zombie apocalypse. You trust nobody. You're just like, oh yeah, we're cool just because they say they're cool. That's how things work out here.
You don't even trust yourself.
She says they were led by a man calling himself Michael Ortiz. They came upon our lands, drove us out. Ever since then, what was left of us has hunted them down and made sure they paid. These few that you see today are the ones that escaped our initial retribution.
I mean, I understand your point, Carol, but I mean, it's as bad as
You can-
you know.
I'll give you the directions to their camp so you can go see for yourself.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And he tells you it's a place called Okmulgee. How does he pronounce this? Okmulgee Lake. And he gives you like some, general directions. North
I
X
feel like
number of miles.
Like you just made that lake up.
No. Whoever wrote the scenario did.
Or it's an actual lake right near where Alexandria was supposed to be situated.
I don't know. That I don't know, but it's. I'll put it in the chat. That's how it's pronounced. Okmulgee.
Okmulgee Lake is indeed an actual lake in Wisconsin.
Oh, so I guess we're in Wisconsin. I don't know, but it actually doesn't. Well, maybe it does based on the other things here, but we're in Alexandria now. It was too cold in Wisconsin.
Oh, no, it's in, I spelled it wrong. It's in Oklahoma?
Oh, okay.
Near Hickory Point.
Well, there is a lot
where.
of, there are lots of Native American lands when you start going out west, so that makes sense.
Hmm?
But anyway, he gives you the location. He says, go there. You'll see, that was our home before they took it over. There's not much left of it now.
And where have you since relocated to?
He's unwilling to give you that information.
Yeah, I know, but
Apparently, west of the river.
Sounds like it, yeah.
That's all you need to know.
I'll lower my weapon and say, fine, so be it. We'll check it out. If your story is true, then we'll have no further contact.
Agreed. All right.
Start backing off, letting them out of the cabin, and making them a free way to go walk off.
Yeah, the two younger ones keep their guns at the ready, but the old man reslings his crossbow and seems to take your word for it. And either that or he doesn't care and he's not intimidated. The other two are a little bit more nervous, but they eventually leave the cabin, and unless you guys try to stop them, they disappear into the woods, heading west.
Yeah, let them go.
All right. Well, let's take our break here, and then we will come back. And I've even got a new break screen to put up here on OBS for everybody to enjoy.
Oh, so cool.
Boom. All right, we'll be back in a minute, folks. Get that Dr. Pepper.
BRB.
And it's going to be
The
amazing.
RPG.
The RPG, the game, the movie. Yeah. Also, I have these Selena Gomez Oreos, which if you haven't had them, oh my god.
What does it? What?
Dude.
Selena Gomez Oreos.
Okay, I saw these and I was like, I have to see what is the flavor, right? And it is cinnamon, cream, and cookies. It is basically
phenomenal.
It's basically, I read her idea was let's make a horchata flavored cookie. And
Oh my god, yeah.
it is so good. They need to make this permanent because it is that good.
Yeah, horchata is good in moderation.
As I was telling people, this
Shut
is,
your mouth. No, it is not.
yeah, this is the equivalent of the coconut Dr. Pepper for Oreos.
Okay.
Speaking of Dr. Pepper, any other flavors that I'm not aware of? I know there's the cherry, there's the cream, there's the strawberry cream, there's the blackberry.
There's barbecue bean.
Wait, what?
No. There's bean. There are Dr. Pepper flavored beans and barbecue sauce and cotton candy and jelly bellies.
Well, I'm talking specifically like just the drinks.
No, it is those like 6 flavors.
Okay.
So, you back, Matt?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Awesome.
You playing Death Stranding 2 right now?
No.
That was a suspiciously soft answer.
All right. So, you guys eventually return to Alexandria. You guys can reduce your stress back to 0.
Thank
Thank God.
If you took any damage, replenish that. So, a couple weeks go by. You don't hear anything else from the Native Americans that you encountered. You do go and find what is left of, their settlement when you get there. It appears they are telling the truth. You can see that it was clearly a Native American settlement at one point, and it looks like the people that were killed there were, they left them after they killed them and then went after the rest of them. So it seems their story checks out as far as you can tell. But you don't hear from them after that. You don't run into them, and Rick decides, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll stay away from the west side of the river, unless they give us reason to go after them. And, if what they're saying is true and most of their people were wiped out, if there is only those 3 or maybe a handful of them, I guess we'll deal with it if it becomes a problem. But the fact that they went so long without you guys noticing them, you figure trying to go look for them is probably not a great idea. So, a couple weeks later, the 4 of you are going to be headed out on a supply run. Typical thing that you guys normally do. And the 4 of you once again find yourselves back together as you're preparing to leave. Glenn, you have a good lead on a small strip mall on the outskirts of like a little town that's, maybe 20, 30 miles away. You guys got to drive there, but Aaron's pointed it out, said he hasn't had a chance to check that area yet, so you guys are going to go check it out and see if there's anything there you can scrounge up. So,
would the people that the Native Americans got revenge on had any gear that we could have scrounged up from them? Anything useful?
No, it looks like they probably took anything they would have had that was useful.
Okay. Cool. Is there like an armory in Alexandria? Can I get like a bow, if not like a gun?
There is definitely an armory in Alexandria.
Sweet.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
I think we'll go with bow, because that's still ranged combat, right? That's not like a specialty skill.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll go with ranged combat, I guess. With the
Sure.
bow.
Okay. You sure I can't interest you in a howitzer or mortar shell?
Well, you convinced me. I'll take a howitzer. I'm an easy sell. I'll go with the crossbow, because that seems like that would be easier to load and reload.
I mean, a bow is way easier to reload than a crossbow.
Fair.
Because you don't have to reload it; you just fire it again.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
requires more training than the crossbow.
Well, that's true. The crossbow's probably one of the more annoying things to reload, though. To be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
It's even worse than the revolver, because at least with the revolver you can be like crouched behind cover. Kind of hard to do that with the crossbow. Plus, we all know there's only ever one crossbow in the show, and Michonne ain't the one carrying it. So
cringe. Okay, listen. Daryl was too cool. He should have gotten killed off way sooner.
No, you shut your dirty whore mouth.
Hey, he's off fighting ghosts now. All right, he's changed profession.
Oh, do you know that by experience? Are you seeing that right now?
Earlier, but not at this exact moment.
Earlier, yeah. Okay.
All right. So what are you taking, Sean?
I'm going with the bow. Yeah.
Okay. Any other gear? Anyone else wants to take?
I think I'll take a bow as well.
How does ammo work in this? Is it like Alien?
No, it's basically like if you mess up or the GM determines you've run out of ammo. So otherwise you don't really have to keep track of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they hand wave it even harder in this game.
It's like, all right, I guess.
I can't run out of ammo.
Until the GM says so.
Matt, were you gonna?
Can I get a sword?
Well, hold on. There's only one sword user.
All
in this.
right. There's a knuckle duster. Hold up.
That's actually pretty cool.
I don't actually need it, but it's kind of cool to have.
Do we know anything about this place that Glenn has an inn on, or?
There's a small grocery store and a hardware store and like a small pharmacy and like a little doctor's office that are all kind of grouped together in this strip mall.
Okay.
So, all places that might have shit you guys could use.
For sure. Does anyone in Alexandria have lockpicks or skills with that, or like a crowbar in case we need to?
Oh, you guys would have a crowbar. That's no problem.
Okay, that's cool.
Could I get a Molotov cocktail?
Yeah, you guys would probably have those or know how to make them. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never Googled how to make a Molotov cocktail because I don't want to get put on a government list. But
you're already on a list. Okay.
Well, how dare you? Okay.
Would I be able to scrounge together another, basic medical kit?
Yes.
All right.
Can I take a bow too? Because guns are noisy. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned after the last encounter. Oh, you have to throw rocks at zombies.
Oh, you throw them at zombies? I thought you throw them at friends.
Apparently.
I bounced it off of the zombie's skull, and the skull exploded so hard that it then shot the rock at you. Okay.
Excuses.
Right. You guys set?
And I'll bring a flashlight because I assume there's no power in these places.
Okay. Matt, you can't drag it onto your sheet?
No, it's not working.
Go to your inventory tab. It might be there, and then you have to equip it. Just hit the box button.
That's it. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
good.
why will this bow not go on my goddamn general tab? And then I had 4 bows in my inventory.
Yeah. Same situation. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Took all the bows. Okay. All right. So, you guys load up into one of your vehicles, right? Whatever vehicle is sponsoring this season of the show. Ford Escape or Toyota.
Chevy Escalade.
It's definitely not.
Mazda Miata?
Yeah, it's the Mazda Miata. Yes.
It's a Ford Volt. It's an electric car in the apocalypse.
So Matt and I played years ago. This was like when I first met Matt. Maybe we known each other for a year or two. We were playing All Flesh Must Be Eaten, another fantastic zombie game. And this guy in our group named Pat was running the game. And I had this, I think it was a D12 or a D20. It was like this big. And it had different locations to roll for, like, if you hit, like, a body part, right? So it was like left hand, left forearm, right? And sometimes we'd use that for hit locations in our games. And Pat's describing something, and we're like, he's like, you see a vehicle outside. We're like, what kind of car is it? And he rolls a dice, and he goes, and he rolls a Mazda Miata. And I'm like, did you just roll the hit location dice? And he's like, shut up, Chris. He found a Mazda Miata.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was brilliant. Brilliant. So, anyway, you guys hop in your Mazda Miata and
Yes.
start driving towards this strip mall. And when you guys get there, you're going to get a map, which I have to make sure the Fog of War is set here, so let's do that. Let's go back to this. Okay. And let me put your tokens on here. Okay, well, so I guess I'll describe what you guys see before you get there. So you see a building. It's roughly rectangular in shape, so it's a long building with shorter sides. The grocery store is in the front. You can see it's got a set of double doors that are basically on the side where the street is. To the left of the grocery store, there's a small gate where it looks like there's a loading dock where probably 1 to 2 like box trucks, maybe a semi, but the semi would be sticking out in the street, so probably like a box truck could back up and unload stuff. To the right of the building is a small parking lot that can hold maybe about 8 to 10 cars. And then you're guessing the entrances to the other... you can see the door to the hardware store is kind of on the front here as well, next to the loading dock. You're assuming the door to the doctor's office and the pharmacy is probably on one of the other sides of the building. But the street, you can't see it from the street. You'd have to get out and walk. So, you see there's a couple ruined cars in the parking lot. The gate to the loading dock is currently closed. You do see there is an old box truck in there that's parked. Other than that, it looks like everything else in the apocalypse. It's quiet, it's dirty, nature is starting to take back over, and you can see that it looks like some of the windows are probably shattered and or boarded up from out here. But it's hard to tell because you're out far on the streets. You do not see any walkers in the area.
So can I have a token in the scene, please?
Yes.
Would you like to say it a little bit more clearly for Chris Odandrol?
So is the scene pitch black for anyone else?
Yeah.
That's what I was asking if Odandrol wanted to explain. I can't see anything on the screen.
I thought that was your job. You're the designated one for that.
Yeah, I know, but I like to give
So
the chance out to other people.
Where, so you guys are currently in the car on the street. Are you guys just going to leave the car on the street? Do you want to pull into the parking lot? Do you want to pull up against the sidewalk?
All we see is blackness currently.
I know because
Okay.
I can't put you on the map until I know where you guys are setting up.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think it's a good Christian thing to do is park in the parking.
Yeah, parallel park in the parking lot. Make sure we take our cart back for sure.
We got double park. Come on now. We got the luxury.
Double park.
We're in a
And not paying for the parking lot.
we're in a Miata. I don't know if we're big enough to double park.
That's fair.
So, parking lot. It sounds like of the
Yeah,
Okay.
parking lot.
supermarket.
All right, I will put you guys in the parking lot. We'll assume where you guys are standing is where your car is parked in that spot. And
Sweet.
I need to give a token. Hold on, I have to give vision to the camera, so don't move around yet. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see if this works.
Gabriel, it looks like you have some stress on your token you might want to remove.
I don't have stress.
Not on your character sheet, but your token had stress. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you changed it.
I didn't touch anything.
Okay. All I saw was like a blue bar under Gabriel's name. I don't know. Maybe that was
drugs right now.
No, hold on. Maybe that was my stress.
I need you to repent.
I would never
let me
repent.
let me reset your tokens. That might have messed something up. Hold on. All right, there we go. And what's me, Glenn? Oops, sorry, put 2 Carols.
Yeah, double Carol. Double badass.
Double
Let's
Carol
go.
action.
Okay. All right, let me zoom in here for the viewers. this. It's pretty good. All right. So there you are. You guys can see through these. There's windows here. That's what you can see through. The south part of the map is the front. So this is the front entrance right here. And then off to your right, to the north, you can see there's a couple bike racks at the end of the parking lot. You can see the sidewalk continues around to the left on the north side of the building. And the loading dock is on the opposite side of the grocery store from where you guys are. It's on the opposite side of the building, to the west.
All right, we're here. Let's enter the building quietly and see if we're alone or if there is some walkers around.
Yeah.
Gabriel will look in the window first.
All right. Are you guys trying to?
Oh, window shopping.
Are you guys trying to stealth or just casually walk up to the building?
Yeah.
I feel like in the world of Walking Dead, it's always stealth.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're absolutely sure it's clear, you're stealthing.
That makes sense.
I stealth inside my home.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter.
Since we don't know walkers are here, I feel like the pet keeper wouldn't really apply.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. Did you put the zombies in the car with you guys? I mean, and took them with you? That would probably be kind
Probably
of awkward.
not, right?
Yeah,
Just put them in the bed of the Miata.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to take a different car, you could, but it's funny that you
Still got one success. I'm okay with that.
All right.
Wow.
I mean,
okay, guys.
At this point in the story, she doesn't have the walkers anymore, but you know.
Oh, okay. They got.
Yeah, but you still have the one because we did lose one in the last scenario, but.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
If you sitting in the back, like
if you want the walker with you, maybe you tied it to the roof or something. I don't know.
What is it? A deer?
I mean,
This here's an 8-point
people
Zen.
people do weird shit in the apocalypse. Okay, so
As we've seen.
Right in
Yeah.
the trunk.
yeah.
All right. And they don't have teeth anymore, like lower jaws. You just throw them in a trunk and pull them out when you're ready, right?
That's true.
Makes sense, Odandrol.
Yeah. Yeah. So Odandrol in the show, Michonne, when she shows up, she has two zombies that she's chopped the arms and the lower jaws off of, and she carries them around with like chain collars, and she uses them to basically camouflage past other walkers, because with the two dead ones near her, the other walkers don't necessarily smell her, and
It was a pretty cool idea. Yeah.
it was, but they don't last terribly long, unfortunately.
No. Yeah, she just becomes like a badass samurai.
Well, as a matter of fact, it's a cool idea that they dump so quickly and they dump so unceremoniously. It's kind of like, why'd you even do it in the first place? But anyway, so Gabriel, well, everybody is trying to be sneaky. You're not doing a great job. You're stepping on broken glass, soda cans, other random detritus out here. Michonne's the only one who's being anywhere close to quiet. Gabriel, you get up to the window, you look inside. The windows are boarded up as well, so you're looking in between boards that have been nailed up inside this grocery store. And yeah, you see it's dark inside, there's no lights. And I mean, it looks like everything else in the apocalypse. It looks like it's been looted, tons of dust, probably weather damage from broken windows or maybe a leaky roof, shelves knocked over and collapsed, dirt and paper and leaves and other detritus on the floor.
Okay.
See shit in there.
You don't see anyone or anything moving.
Can I just tap on the glass to see if anything starts
Sure.
moving afterwards?
Yeah, you do that. Wait a few minutes and nothing happens.
I think we're clear to go in.
So, if I'm fast, I can go in first, and you just keep watching through the windows. so we can make a hastily exit if I'm swarmed.
Yeah, sure. I'll be close by in case anything comes at you, and then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okie dokie.
Keep your eyes open.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm moving up to the front gates, peering in,
Okay.
opening the door.
All right. You try the door, and it is either locked or barricaded. But it doesn't budge.
Crowbar time.
Okay, give me a force roll. I'm not sure if it gives you any bonuses, so check the description of the item.
Yeah, I think it does. It gives a bonus of 2 to force specifically.
Can you click on the item to make a roll, or do you have to just do a manual roll?
If I do it, it will attack with a crowbar, I believe.
Oh, that makes sense because it's technically a weapon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so do a force and just gives yourself the bonus then.
All right.
When you do the force, you should be able to, I think, choose an item.
Force strength. It doesn't give me that option, but I can add 2.
Yep.
Oh yeah. When you click on force, there's a thing in the pop-up menu that says use gear, and there's a drop-down menu. You can select crowbar. I'm going to test this. Let me just say force. Is that the correct number of dice, Sean?
Let me see.
5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay, so that did work. Cool.
Yeah.
Where did you see this?
So,
You have to have the crowbar on your gear list. And
yeah, so you need to make sure it's actually equipped. So if you go to your inventory, Odandrol, all your stuff. Yeah, there you go. Now if you go to your general tab, click on force, and there's drop down. Yep. So just you can re-roll. That's fine. Don't matter. If you want to re-roll with the bonus.
Nope. I don't get that.
Let's see. Force. Huh.
So when you're on the inventory tab, you have to click it. So it's not stowed, but equipped. So closed box is stowed, open box is equipped.
No, I'm saying he has it correct, and I'm doing it on his here. When I click force on his character sheet, the bonus, the drop down menu isn't even available.
So these for is it token or like character sheet? Because like when I dropped my token in, it wasn't connecting with the character sheet.
Oh, that's why. All right, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up.
That's because the link actor data is not selected. Because that usually,
Andre always provides. We just
that usually
need to remember all of its crazy features.
All right, hold on. Let me just change that for everybody. Sorry for the delay. And let me give you new tokens real quick here. All right, so Glenn, Michonne, Gabriel's by the window, and I think Carol, you were like in the parking lot somewhere. All right, try it now. Nope.
First, I add
You
the
gotta
item.
equip it. Yep.
Yeah.
Then equip the item.
It's equipped now. Go to General tab.
No, it's still not working.
Wow.
Weird. Okay, I don't know why.
And it also says bonus 1 and not bonus 2 here. But that's not the same bonus, maybe.
Yeah, mine has bonus 2.
Okay, well, whatever. Just roll 2 more dice then. That's fine.
Well, I added the first roll. My first roll was 6. Should be right because I added 2 to that one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Their first one only had 4 dice.
Oh. So my force should be. Yeah, well, that's correct because I only have strength 2 and 0 force. So that's correct.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the strongest guy.
This must be season 1, Glenn. He's still a young kid.
Yeah. Still, got
I'm
the
a
cap
pizza
on.
delivery boy.
Exact. I think that's actually his job in season 1. He's like, I'm just a delivery
he was
driver.
a pizza delivery guy. One thing I didn't point out, guys, I apologize. So you all notice on your character sheet you have a thing called a drive. A drive is something that you, when you make your character, you create, and it's something that keeps your character going in this terrible world. Once per session, you are allowed to use your drive to get a bonus of 2 dice to a roll, as long as it narratively makes sense. So keep that in mind. You guys can have that in your back pocket too.
Okay. Glenn, what's going on?
Yeah,
Well,
he
the
can't
doors are
get open.
jammed. I can't get it open. I need some help here.
Okay. Okay, I'll come help.
Okay.
I presume it's sliding doors, and they're not working because there's no power.
No, these are actually like 2 side-by-side push doors.
Oh,
So
it's one
they're
of those
blocked.
older style
Oh,
supermarkets.
yeah, it's this looks like a little like mom and pop supermarket you'd see like on the corner somewhere, you know.
Can I try force with the crowbar and some assist?
You have to try something different because what you tried is not working.
Gotcha.
Can a tech roll be
Molotov.
used as a lockpick skill?
Um,
Or manipulation? Probably manipulate. No, maybe that's. Sorry, not
Yeah,
different.
manipulation's empathy, so
yeah, I
feel like
think
tech makes sense.
I think tech would make sense, Matt, if you want to give it a shot.
Or to be either survival or tech. Probably one of those would be like a lockpick, but I don't know.
I
What-
believe it's tech. Let me see what survival actually would do here.
yeah, I've got nothing in tech, but I got 2 in survival. But I think tech makes sense.
Survival is for scavenging, tracking, and using your recollection of the previous world to make educated guesses about where specific items could be located. So definitely tech.
Okay.
Because tech is like to build and repair shit in this game. Like when you're adding
I'm
to
not
your haven.
amazing, but
Okay, but you fucking
successes.
crushed it.
Or you are, because you're Carol. And
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
established
like
Carol
your
Carol
best-
always comes through.
Yep.
What is her criminal background? What was she doing? Yeah, okay.
She probably pulls a hairpin out of her hair, right? And she picks the lock.
She was a
It's a bobby pin.
smuggler.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means she was actually a thief.
She was a smuggler, which means
she was
hardened
definitely a
criminal.
thief.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably just murdered.
Did a lot
people
of time,
in
alright.
ICs. Yeah.
So
yeah,
you get this door. What you realize when you get up to the door, Matt, is there is a massive set of chains that has been wrapped around both doors. Like the glass on the doors has been shattered, and there's like the bars, and they've wrapped a huge chain. You're able to reach in, and you pick. There's like a padlock on it, and you pick that padlock. The chain slams to the ground, and you're able to open the door.
Oh, I missed those.
You should be able to open the left-hand door now.
With all that noise, do I still see anything inside?
Nope, nothing.
Yeah.
But Gabriel, if you want to give me a scout roll, see if you notice anything or hear anything.
God damn, we're crushing it.
You do not hear anything.
Okay. Did I come around the corner and just, whisper all clear?
Okay.
Okay, now everyone is here. Great. Who's looking out for us? Right.
Okay, I'll go back and I'll just watch the corner.
Okay.
Okay. So I sneak in.
There's another set of doors in front of you, but they are not barricaded or locked or anything.
That's good because this is roleplay and doors are the worst enemies. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you
Alright.
you creep in, and it is quiet. The only thing that really catches your eye, other than there's shelves and stuff to search through here, but you do see there is one more door over here to the right, and you're guessing that leads into like some sort of back room, or maybe a supply closet, or maybe a bathroom, something like that, or an office maybe. It's behind the register, so you're guessing some sort of staff-only area.
Okay. I'm not silently walking, but I'm walking carefully, not to tip something over or making any unnecessary sounds. And I will point towards the door through the windows to the others. And I'll sneak over there. Oh. I will listen at the door.
Give me a scout roll, please. Sean, do you know, is there a way to deselect your token in Foundry?
I think you double click.
Yeah, I think
Depending
double click.
on your option, you can
Well,
also
double right
use,
click.
right click, yeah. But you have to have that option.
Or you
made
just
in, settings.
hold your mouse button and then draw like a square outside of or away from your token.
Oh, there we go. That worked. Okay. It
Yeah.
might be different, too, because I have the camera set up to have control of your guys' tokens, so it can see. This way it's showing everyone's vision at once. Okay. So, Glenn, you do get up to the door, and you can definitely hear something or someone shuffling or moving around in that back room.
Then I will try to get the attention of my friends and wave them in.
With 2 successes, you definitely think you heard a voice.
Oh. I will tap my ear and I tap towards the door and I point it. And shh.
Do we see any other ways back there? It doesn't look like it. I'm just saying that that's the only door we see here.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll kind of stand guard outside, or I guess inside, with the door kind of like propped open so I can observe.
Yeah, it's awfully quiet out here in Michonne.
I'll go next to Glenn and kind of take out the knife, do like a nod at Glenn, do like a 3, 2, 1, and get ready to open the door
All right.
with Glenn.
Okay.
You have a melee weapon, right, Glenn?
Yeah, I have my trusty
the
baseball bat. Yeah.
Great. So let's take out our melee weapons. We'll do like a 3, 2, 1, open the door, kind of go in and get the surprise and whatever may be in there. And if we have to attack, great, we will. If not, fine. Let's be ready for it.
Okay. Silent entry. 3,
All right.
2, 1. Open
And
door.
breach.
All right. You go to try the door, and it's locked.
Oh, well, of course. I'm gonna start looking around the the counter space here, because we're kind of behind the cash register. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's basically check these drawers and stuff. If there's any keys or anything like that. Maybe get lucky. Maybe there's a key to the back door around here. Maybe. Shot in the dark.
The doormat.
Give me a survival roll.
Nope.
No, it's pretty barren.
Flower pot.
Sorry, what was that?
A flower pot. Doormat.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Do we just want to
Well-
pop the door with a crowbar?
We have one more thing that I am very expert at. I can tap on the door and say, "Hey, pizza delivery guy."
You can try.
Might work.
There's no response.
Does it become silent on the other side?
You guys don't hear anything.
Okay. Force entry. Kick the door in.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's our only option at this point.
Then I will back away and let Carol do it.
You think I'm strong?
I'm just a pizza guy.
Yeah.
Who's got the crowbar?
I
Yeah,
have
you
a
can shoot
crowbar. Hey, Gabriel, come over here and just watch the door.
Okay.
Bunnilla, that's you, goddammit.
I mean, okay. I don't know why we want to watch the door for.
This door, motherfucker. This door.
This
So, yeah.
Outside door.
Okay.
So, Michonne, you got to crowbar the door, and can I try to assist?
Yeah, you can assist.
How does the system work in the system?
Just gives a +1 dice.
Oh, sweet. Take my assist.
Force. Use gear, crowbar, and 1 dice.
All right.
BB.
So it takes a lot of effort between the two of you, but you finally get this door open. It's kind of like one of those heavier metal doors with a metal frame, and you can hear the screeching of the metal as you finally pry this thing open. You pop it open, and you see. Well, let me unlock it for you so you can open it. There you go. You see, there's a hallway that leads, forward a bit, and it looks like it goes around to the left. You can see emanating from around the corner, there appears to be some sort of light source, like maybe a flame or a candle.
Okay. I guess try to sneak forward.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
I'll also follow behind Michonne, following her lead. So I'll also stealth.
Okay.
I did not do good. I think I'll push. Okay.
Okay. You are able to sneak up to the corner, Michonne, and you take a glance around, and you can see in the corner of the room, the very end where the room ends, you can see there is a small makeshift cot that's been set up. You can see there's a kid, maybe between 8 to 12, laying in the bed, and you see kind of between you and the bed is a middle-aged woman. She looks a little disheveled, kind of almost shoulder-length black hair. Clearly looks like a survivor. Her clothes are a bit dirty and rugged. You see a couple supplies here and there. There's one of those lantern, flame lanterns on the table next to her. That's what's giving off the light. And she's got a pistol pointed in your direction as you peek around the corner, and she looks absolutely terrified.
In our experiences with all the group members, do I know if one of them is better at talking to people than one of the others? Because clearly Michonne is abrasive and not friendly.
Well, of course you would.
That's part of you.
It's probably Gabriel and Glenn.
All right, so I'll look to Glenn. I'm like, okay, there's a very scared person with a child around the corner. Do you want to maybe talk to them from around the corner and see if we can...
I mean, I guess Carol is pretty good at it too.
Yeah, I will posit that to both of them.
It's everyone except you, basically.
Yeah. Hey.
I will hop up from behind the counter, and I'll put my gun down to my side and be like, whoa, 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 we're not looking for a fight. We're just coming through. We're not looking for any trouble.
She keeps the
and-
gun trained on you, but you can see her hands are shaking, and she's like, "Please, just leave us alone."
Who are you? Why are you out here by yourself? You need help?
You can hear just as you say that, just at the right time, you can hear the child cough, and she says, "My name is Sarah. This is my daughter Emily. She's really sick."
Did you come out here looking for medicine?
You know, she kind of realizes when she like what she said. She says she's not bit. She's not bit. I don't know if she has pneumonia maybe or something. She's like, I'm trying to get away from some really bad people.
What kind of bad people?
So actually, Carol, give me a manipulation roll here, and you can have a +3 bonus.
Okay.
I'll assume you're kind of standing here, so you can see them. Okay.
2 success.
You recognize the look on her face, having been a victim of domestic abuse yourself, of someone who is clearly going through something similar.
I'll kind of like cautiously approach her again with my gun to my side and be like, "Hey, we're all friends here. Look, we're here to help. We can get you and your daughter to a safe place. We know doctors. We can help you. Just put the weapon down."
She, kind of timidly lowers the gun and looks to the child. And you hear her cough again, and it sounds pretty bad.
I'll ask Sarah, can I take a look?
She nods.
Approach Emily. And is there a medical skill?
There is.
Oh, okay, I got something to that. Okay, maybe. Ooh, no dice.
Yeah, all I can tell is she sounds terrible, and she's very hot to the touch. It's very bad fever.
Yes, Sarah, like I'm not an expert at this, but like you said, she doesn't look great. She probably doesn't have a. I mean, to be honest here, this is not a great environment for her. If you'd allow us, and you'd be willing to come with us, we could bring her someplace where I had actual doctors look her over, and medicine, professionalism, actual medical facilities. Not out here in this run-down mall where things are not looking great.
She's like, I can't leave. We're one of our friend. He went out looking for supplies. He hasn't come back yet. I can't leave without him.
How long has it been?
Let me see. Not even a day.
Looking over Sarah, do I see signs of like abuse, like black eye type stuff, bruises?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see any physical signs.
Where did he go?
Let's see if it says. He said he knew of another place to check for supplies and try to get some medicine or something for Emily. I don't know specifically where. I've never been here before.
And where you guys coming from? Where you guys staying? Is there more of you? Do you have friends?
No,
Other people we can rely on?
No, we had to get away from our community. We were holed up in a school further in the city called Maplewood. It was like an old high school. We had to get out.
Well, if you wanna stay here and wait for your friend to come back, you're just waiting for more walkers to show up. I mean, you're taking huge risks, and your daughter is not doing well. She does not have that much time. If you want her to survive, I highly suggest that you come with us. We can bring her back to safety. Have actual people look at her. If you want to leave a note or something for your friend, that's on you. But staying here doing nothing, you're asking to die. So make your choice.
Give me a manipulation test, because she's like, if it wasn't for Henry, I'd still be trapped in that place. He's the only reason we were able to get out.
Ooh, no successes.
Do
you want to push that? Do you want to take a dark deal?
Oh, yeah, took a dark deal. Ooh, didn't help.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, she seems pretty convinced to stay here. Gabriel, if you would please give me a scout roll.
Boop, 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 boop. I see everything.
So
You see something.
You're keeping watch, and you can see coming down the road is a large pickup truck, probably a Ford F-150. And it's it's not like speeding or anything, but it's moving at a decent pace in your guys' direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the door.
It's coming from the opposite direction you guys came. So if you guys came from the east, it's coming from the west.
Okay, I'm gonna close the door, just so it doesn't look ominous.
Okay.
And then I'll run over real quick and let them know. Hey guys, we got a truck coming.
Okay, let's hide behind the counter.
I'll
Carol,
say, Sarah, does your friend drive a truck?
When he says that, you see Sarah's eyes go wide with fright, and eventually all of you can hear this truck rumbling outside, and it clearly stops somewhere out front. Well, from where you guys are, you can probably see, at least the two of you that are behind the counter, you can see it pulls out basically in front of the strip mall, and you see it's a like a dirty white, well, it used to be white, but now it's covered in filth and apocalypse dust. White Ford F-150, and you can see it's got the cab on the back, and you see 4 men get out of the truck. It's got that double cab so everybody can sit in the front. You see 4 men get out of the truck, and I'll put their tokens here just on the map just so we can kind of see. They all look to be roughly middle-aged, like between probably 30s and 50s. One guy in particular looks like he's shouting something or saying some of the others. Obviously the one in charge looks a little bit bigger than the rest. He's got a dirty gray vest on with green, like dark green camo, like maybe army pants or jeans, and mostly shaved head with like just a very short mohawk. You see another guy come out, dirty jacket, old red baseball cap with a logo of some sports team, long faded, and the other two, one of them's wearing like a dark hoodie. All of them look like they have the look of being on the road, being traveled for a while, kind of dirty. And then there's the one guy that looks a little bit younger, a little bit smaller than the others, but equally kind of rough looking, little tattered clothes. And you see that as they get out, 2 of the guys go in back, and they're going around to the back of the cab and opening up the back part of the pickup. Gabriel and Glenn, what do you guys are out there? What do you guys do? Because right now, like, you can see these guys. You guys should probably give me stealth rolls, to be honest.
Any bonuses?
I'm just gonna do straight up. I guess you guys take +1. It's dark. You know, the windows are boarded up. They're not actively, like... It's not an opposed test, so it's just... You guys just pass.
Well, shit. I guess I'll push that. Well, nice.
Ooh, a mess up here.
Of course, the one stress dice.
I feel like we roll stress way more in this game.
Alright. I think at this point, some zombies have maybe shuffled into the town. You know, maybe there's a couple out back that are starting to make their way around the building. They're around. It's not that they heard you, it's just... There's a couple zombies making their way through the street. Otherwise, you guys are hidden. Michonne and Carol, what are you two doing?
So they told us that a pickup truck was coming, so like aware, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can hear it at this point.
Okay. Hey, what was that the name of your friend?
Henry.
Henry, okay. And who was your abusive ex?
What was his name? She's like, it was, Jacob.
Okay. Alright, good to know. Some people showed up. You might want to just get ready, Carol. And I'll come out here and I'll draw the bow and try to hide and just get ready to aim it at the front door.
I'll need a stealth test as well, please.
Sure.
Okay. Where are the three of you hiding? Are you all crammed behind the counter right there? By the register?
I would be
Being glad, for sure.
if I have time, I'll try to go and hide up here.
Okay. Yeah, you can imagine, Sean, these are like shelving units.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's plenty of places to hide back there, no problem. Okay. And the other two of you are behind the counter?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. At this point, Michonne, you can see these four guys, and you see that two of them at this point have gone to the back, and they, you see that they drag someone out of the truck.
Oh, jeez.
You see a man who, you know, looks like maybe 30s, and he's clearly been bound. His hands are tied behind his back, and they drag him out. He kind of stumbles to the ground, and they throw him to the ground, and he's like kind of like on his like side, you know, kind of like almost hog-tied. We'll put him right over here, and you hear the guy in front, the big guy. He shouts out, and he's like, "Sarah, we know you're here somewhere. Henry was kind enough to tell us. I suggest you come out now, or it'll be the last you ever see of him." And you can see he pulls out a pistol and cocks it, and he's standing near Henry. The other guys are kind of spread around the truck, and he's like got Henry in front of him on the ground. No need for this to get ugly. Jacob just wants you to come back, that's all. Can make this real easy.
Does Sarah say anything or react in any way?
She looks terrified. You recognize the absolute crippling fear she has right now, Carol. You've been there. Like she can't act. And she's looking at you with just pleading, terrified eyes.
Alright, I'm gonna basically grab her hand, grab the guns in her hand, cock the gun for the gun that's in your hand. Be like, be ready to use this if you see an opportunity. We got this. Cover us.
Okay.
And then I will kind of make my way towards the front.
So, can I see this Derek guy down here?
Well, with the windows all boarded up, you guys can see them, but your shots are all obstructed.
Okay.
And it seems like they have not spotted you guys yet. Carol, I'll need a stealth roll as you come out of the back room.
Woo! Sweet.
All right, yeah, you can set yourself up somewhere in there.
I see. This wall here. This is like a solid wall. Can you see these pings?
Yeah, it's a solid wall.
Is that okay? And then what are these here? Is it like a
shelving units?
Shelving. Okay, so it's like chest high shelving, like fairly high shelving.
It's like the shelves you'd see like in a gas station, like those shitty metal shelves that are maybe like neck tall,
like shoulder high.
Yeah.
Can I like put myself behind one of those with my stealth roll?
Oh yeah, you got 2 successes, no problem.
Okay, I'll go like back. Oh,
you probably gotta go around the wall. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
I'll go like take cover like here, then kind of hide behind the shelving.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And then can I go to like an Overwatch type thing?
Yeah. You hear Vincent's like, "Last chance, Sarah," and you see he's pointing the gun at Henry's head.
Might we draw them in with a noise, and then we'll take them off when they bottleneck at the door? But we must do it now.
Basically, yeah. I think I'm gonna look at our group. I'll kind of like point at my gun and like kind of like show the gun to us, but like, and then just like a countdown in my hand, like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and to give them like a second to get their ranged weapons ready, and then start shooting.
So
all right,
we can't see most of them because the windows are boarded up.
Oh, we can't see out the windows.
I mean,
you can see them, but we can't shoot them.
But your shots are obstruct. I mean, if you try to shoot them, it's going to be tough because you're looking between like boarded up windows. So your shots.
But they can't see us either.
Well, they don't seem to have noticed you guys. But if they do and they start shooting you, they're going to have the same issues. But if you start shooting, it's going to be obstructed, and they're going to have cover because you're basically shooting through little pee holes. So
if we just go to the windows and shoot out from the windows, like if we just like went like say by the windows here, for example.
You certainly could, but the closer you get to the windows, the better chance they might see you too.
Yeah,
I think we will want to draw them in.
Yeah, it sucks, but just let that guy get got.
Well, so Matt, do you start doing the countdown with your hand?
Sorry. At the time, I thought we could see out the windows. I didn't realize we were completely blocked. Couldn't see anything. That wouldn't make any sense if we can't actually see them. Just start shooting at nothing.
You can see them, but they are obstructed.
It's just going to be harder to hit them.
Oh, well, I guess the same goes for them to us. So I guess that's fine, right?
Yeah, like I mean, the windows aren't like full like. It's not like the boards are right on top of each other, right? Like there's like in any other zombie movie, there's space to look out the window, but you know.
So, is there any loose object I can throw?
Oh yeah.
Behind the counter.
Oh yeah.
I will pick up an item and I will throw it over here.
All right.
Drawing them in.
You throw it, and it clangs, and you can tell they obviously hear it, and you hear the big guy go, "I guess we're doing it the hard way," and he pulls the trigger and blows the guy's brains out.
Oh, did my countdown not go off? Okay.
Well, you guys are sitting here like discussing strategy, and then Glenn throws Glenn throws the thing. You're doing the countdown. He basically was going to shoot before he got to 5. He was basically about to shoot. So, Carol, you get down to like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then he shoots the guy. So,
Can I release my one walker I have left for stealth and just push him towards the doorway? He doesn't have like arms or a jaw.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay.
He can still cause some problems.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put a token for Mr. Walker on the board.
It's in a pocket Santa. It's Pocket Walker.
Do we have? I don't have any malnourished African American Walker tokens, unfortunately, without a jaw.
Jawless.
Oh,
Walker
this guy's kind of got like a fro a bit. I think this guy's supposed to. Yeah, we'll put him there. So you push that while you like let go of the chain. You push him, and he starts, kind of staggering forward. And they hear it, they see it. Maybe they realize it's a walker, maybe they don't. But they see something moving. They hear the can that Glenn throws. Obviously, they assume that someone or something is probably in there. And let's do this. Sean, roll me a survival roll for your goad the zombie roll.
Okay.
Let's see what it does. Okay. It sees them, and it begins to shuffle, like it bounces up against the one door that's locked, and then it like gets around the corner, and then it starts to like move towards the front door. And you see at this point, he moves up to the window as the walker gets towards the door, and he pops it easily as it's like staggering. And then you see he opens the door and like motions for them to start moving in. What do you guys do? You can all see this happen.
I'm just gonna aim and overwatch at the doorway for if someone walks through.
Agreed.
Same here.
As soon as they come in, start opening fire.
Okay. All right. They begin to file in, and you see that the young guy, they force him to go first. He looks a little nervous, and then the other two, start making their way in. They're, kind of single file, I guess, is the best way. We'll get Henry out of the way here. We don't need him. So yeah, this guy makes it through the doorway. Does anybody open fire?
I think we all do.
Nope.
just Scarface the first guy that comes through the door.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that'll teach him to come in.
I'll wait for the second guy to come through the door.
All right. Well, anybody who wants can make ranged attacks.
Oh wait,
here.
Sorry, that's with the pistol. I shoot the pistol.
Oh yeah. Shoot the actual gun.
Let's just do the actual gun.
Oh, that's much better.
All right. Who else was shooting? I think everyone except Sean.
No, I think Odandrol said he's not shooting as well.
Oh, you're holding?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm holding.
All right. Okay. So Matt, you do base damage 2, plus you have 2 successes. That's 4 damage. Everyone in this game has 3 health. The guy walks through the door. 1 in the chest, 1 in the throat, 1 in the head. He drops to the ground instantly. And at that point, we are going to start combat. So, this is a brawl. So this is the big fight. So again, you guys are going to choose your actions. NPCs are going to go first. And let's switch up the music here, something a little more exciting. All right.
Exciting.
So Derek is going to try to run into the room and take cover behind the shelves here. That's kind of loud, sorry. All right, let's see if he can make it. Mobility.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this guy, he looks like he has training. He moves in like a SWAT guy, immediately books to cover, and does like a sweet like back to the wall maneuver, and you see him like duck behind the wall. The next guy with the red I think it's a Cincinnati Bengals hat or something, or a red Chicago Bears cap, I don't know. He's also going to take cover.
And
right.
do our held overwatches allow us to shoot before the actual combat starts once they start moving?
Well, I think it's just to get a first attack before, right?
I have no idea.
Well, let's actually look up the rules for how Overwatch works, because I'm not sure how it interacts with when a combat
Initiative
starts.
and stuff, yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. Is it on the cheat sheet by chance anywhere?
That's a good question.
We're obviously going to go a little over our time, guys, but this combat will be the end of the session. So, and as you can see, people die pretty fast in this game, so this might be a real quick combat.
I'm not seeing Overwatch on the second page.
I can't see it either on the front or the back.
Here we go, Overwatch. Ranged combat action that may be used to secure a certain area of the map. If anyone moves into this area, you are ready to shoot them. This means you may fire in the movement phase in the round. However, if no one moves into that area, you'll end up essentially doing nothing that round.
So can Sean and I shoot Derek before he moves in?
Right, because this is is taking cover the movement phase?
No, taking cover is step 1, movement is step 4. I'll say yes, but he'll get the bonuses of cover because he passed his test. So
Okay.
Yes, you may do so. Oh, it's just I'm like imagining like machine guns going off at this guy as he's running past the shelves. Instead, it's a fucking Roman legion of volley fire. It's like that scene at the end of Hero. Just poof. Okay. You both shoot. You need 2 successes to hit him because he's in cover. So right now, neither of you are hitting.
Okay.
So
I pushed, so I can't do more.
All right, so you like hit some cans that are on this top shelf right by his head, and Glenn, your arrow just slams into the shelving unit that he's behind, but you do not score a hit. Marcus made his mobility. You see that he comes around the corner here, through the door and around the corner, and then Vincent is also going to make a mobility roll to take cover. And you see he actually gets up against the wall here outside, and he's looking through the window. That is their actions. 2 of you shot. That was your actions this round. What about the other 2 who haven't taken actions yet? You guys can choose what you want to do. So Carol and Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
Because your Overwatches happened before the combat started.
Okay. Then I'm going to do a shoot action.
Okay.
Do we still count as in cover then? Since we're behind the counter?
I would say so. You guys were prepared. You made stealth rolls. You were waiting. I don't think you guys have to make a roll. I think it's fair to say that you're already in cover.
Okay. I will just shoot at Derek.
Okay. Carol, who are you going to shoot at?
Derek as well.
Wow, this guy's aggroing the whole squad. Damn.
Well, he came in here like a badass, rolling over the place.
Everyone's
focus
scared.
him down.
Gotta kill him. Focus the guy.
Oh, he got caught.
Okay, Carol.
Push
that
for
is a
extra
hit.
damage.
Annihilate him.
Alright, Gabriel, you can do better.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could push it. No, it's not gonna matter. Gabriel's
No,
not
you
a
did
fighter.
No, Gabriel got 2 successes. What are you talking about?
How the fuck? I
Oh.
always saw one
Oh,
die.
yeah.
So I
Yeah, it
mean,
only did 1 roll, but you guys both have 2 successes.
Yeah. You know what? One of the streams that I watch, they always seem to have trouble where the dice don't match what's being shown on the chat log. I think it might
Yeah.
just be this module. I
Yeah.
don't imagine this module gets nearly as much love as like Alien and some of the others, Seeing as
Admittedly, yeah.
Free League's yet to release anything else for this fucking game, and it's been 2 years since it came out. What the fuck, Free
Yeah.
League? Anyway, okay. Shots are going off left and right. That is 3 damage to Derek. He does actually have a bit of armor, which works exactly like it does in Alien. He's
Just roll a dice to not take damage.
Yep. He's got an armor of 4. He blocks 1. Whoa, that was cool. Did you see that?
Well, that was cool.
That was
All right.
pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so Carol, you hit him. You hit him in the shoulder, but Gabriel, your shot with the bow, it bounces off part of the armor plates on whatever he's wearing. Looks like maybe like a Kevlar vest or something, and it doesn't hurt him. So he is still standing, but he has taken 2 damage. There's no ill effects in this game for taking damage, even though it says it on the character sheet. It says like battered and bruised. There's no in-game effects until you're at 0. In which case you roll critical damage, just like an alien.
Does he also get stressed?
Normally, yes, but NPCs normally don't get stress.
Damn it.
And in this game, NPCs actually have different character sheets than characters. And I can't actually put stress on their character sheet if I wanted to.
Damn it.
Anyway. Alright. Next round. NPCs choose their actions first. Then you guys choose yours. Derek is going to return fire at you, Carol. So he's shooting.
Bring it.
Marcus is going to shoot... I'll just D3 it between the other ones. 1, 2, Michonne. 3, 4, Glenn. 5, 6, the priest. Shoots at Glenn. And Vincent.
High low.
I'm gonna D4 his shots because he's got line of sight of just about everybody there. Well, I guess he can't really see Gabriel because this wall's kind of in the way, but we'll do a D4. Michonne. Okay. So Derek's shooting Carol. Marcus is shooting Glenn. Vincent is shooting Michonne. What are you guys doing?
I mean, I'm still in cover, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you do the movement action to move like into a different range, or to move into combat, you are considered to stay in cover. Like, you're not necessarily just staying stationary like we are on the map. You might be moving around. It's a little more dynamic. But again, this is very theater of the mind, abstract.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're not like in short range.
I would say you're in short range to everybody except Vincent, because it would take a while to run through the door and outside to attack him in combat. And you can only do combat at someone who's in short range. So we'll say inside this building is short range, outside the building is long range.
Okay. So then I could theoretically close combat Marcus?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I guess that's what I'll do.
And the benefit to close combat is if you're in cover, cover does not block against close combat. It's only against range combat. So it's risky because it goes after shooting. But the benefit
but I'm
is
also in cover.
They don't get cover.
So and I'm in cover, so the shooting happens before I do mine.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
fingers crossed he doesn't get like 8 successes, just one shot me.
Okay. So you're going to attack You're doing close combat against Marcus.
Yeah.
Carol, what are you doing?
I'm going to shoot back at Derek.
Okay, so you two are in an opposed test. Glenn?
Going against Marcus.
Okay. So that's an opposed test, and then Gabriel.
Do the impossible. He's gonna shoot at Vincent.
Okay. All right. What's the range on the bow? I'm assuming it's long range, right?
I would assume so, right? It says long range, yeah.
Okay, then you're good. Okay, so no one takes cover. We go to the range combat step. It all happens simultaneously. So I'll do Vincent against Michonne. Since Michonne, it's you're not shooting back at him. So
Right.
You see at this point he has unslung an assault rifle. and he puts it through the boards and starts shooting. Please attack. Thank you. Bullets riddle the thing, the shelf you're standing behind. A couple of them go through, but none of them hit you.
So fucking lucky.
So fucking lucky.
I need to check. I don't think you take stress unless you're actually taking damage. Just make sure about that. Oh no, being shot at, you gain a point of stress. But it's once. It's not like every turn.
Okay.
Yeah, being shot, being broken by damage, being attacked by walkers, pushing a roll. Okay, those are the main things. So yeah. So you take a point of stress.
Yep.
Glenn and Marcus, you guys are shooting each other, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this becomes an opposed test. I think, because you're shooting each other, which means your successes cancel each other out. But let me double check that. Brawls. Here we go. Shooting as an opposed roll, just as in a duel. Okay, so it works basically the same as an alien. So there's basically 4 results that can happen here. You both get no successes, in which case no one does any damage. One of you gets more successes than the other, in which case you do damage as normal, including extra if you roll enough successes. And I guess there's 3 results. And the last one is you guys get the exact same number of successes, which means you both deal your base weapon damage to each other. And Marcus is armed with a pistol. Not the best choice here, but he will shoot. And Glenn, you can shoot back.
I'll shoot him with my bow.
Oh my dear Jesus.
Noise.
Yeah.
What?
That's how we do it.
Whoa! Fuck. Okay, so
Don't bring a kid to a bow fight.
so you have to beat him to win, and you have to get at least 2 successes because he's in cover.
So I still win with 1.
Correct. So it's 3-1. So you needed 2 base. You had to beat his roll, which is 1, so that does it. So you beat him, and you get an extra success. You do 2 points of damage to him. He does not have armor, so he takes 2 damage. He's down to 1. And he did not get enough to hit you. He only has 1 success. So his shots go wide. And then Derek and Carol shooting each other. Derek has a rifle, which he cocks and shoots. Kablam! Awful. Awful NPCs.
Terrible.
Ooh,
Thank
God.
All right, that's probably it for Derek, unless he gets really lucky on this armor roll. Which he does not. He dead.
Big
Cover.
rip, Derek.
Big rip.
That's what you get for being a piece of shit.
You take a point of stress, Carol, because you got shot at, and Glenn, you take a point of stress as well because you got shot at.
Do I feel de-stressed knowing that I helped, the
Rid the world.
I mean, if you had some sort of talent like psychotic, maybe, but I don't think Carol has that yet.
It's called Justice, and
It's called Justice. It's a great
I have a
title.
rule in my character. I have an issue. My issue is I'll never be controlled again. So I just killed someone who's a controlling person. I don't know.
Well, so the issue is like what your character is like. They'll seek that out at the detriment of like the betterment of the party, or like we should sneak through this. No, we should brutally murder this person because he's an asshole. That's what issues are.
Gotcha.
Okay, well he's dead. Nicely done.
nice.
And then I think has everyone shot that shot?
No, me and Michonne haven't gone yet.
Okay. Who were you shooting at, Gabriel?
I'm shooting at the Vincent.
Oh, that's right, because he shot at Michonne, so you shoot at him, it's unopposed. You need 2 successes because he's in cover.
Fucking kill it, brother.
Here we go, the magic bullet. Or the
6
bow.
successes.
Gotta curve the arrow.
Gonna push it. And there we go.
2 successes.
I like it. You messed up with big question mark. Yay. Okay, you hit him with the arrow. He takes a point of damage. You get it right between the boards. However, all this gunfire has obviously started to attract zombies. The threat level has gone up.
Oof.
And that means we're on to the combat phase.
Yeah.
So Michonne,
yeah.
you rush past all the gunfire. You can move
Yeah,
up to
she's
Marcus and make your melee attack.
Wall running, does a cool flip.
Goes up Derek.
Easy there, Gray Fox.
Nothing personal, kid.
Wow, it is so personal.
It's so personal.
Oh,
my god! Oh wait, hold on. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on. It
yeah.
said 2 successes.
Yeah, okay. But you messed up. Alright. Well, you come around the corner, he goes to shoot, and you get under his gun and just drive the katana right through his chest. He's down for the count. Unfortunately, the zombies know you're here, and there's a small herd converging on the grocery store.
That's okay, we'll let him kill Vincent. That's fine.
Yeah, that's right. They'll get him first. Okay, next round. NPC Vincent is going to try to get the fuck out of Dodge and get into the truck. So he's going to try to take cover in the truck so he can get the fuck out of here. So let's see if he can do it. Oh, yeah. He dives into that truck like no one's business. You can still try to shoot him this round, but he counts as in cover. What do you guys do?
Can I move to the truck?
Yes.
I'll do that.
Okay. Everybody else?
Shoot my gun.
Okay.
Get.
Pretty reliable.
What's the range of your gun? You need at least long range, because now he's outside. We determined outside is long range.
Where did she say range?
When you hit edit, it should show.
Sorry, say that one more time?
When you hit edit on the item, it should tell you the
Edit, okay.
details.
Range short.
Okay, so yeah, you can't. He's too far away, basically. You would have to.
Oh, well then I'll maneuver to get in position to shoot then.
All right, you'll have to do the movement action then to move outside onto the
Okay.
outside. Okay, Glenn and Gabriel.
I think Gabriel would do the helpful thing and go back here to get the woman and child and start
Okay.
getting them out of here.
All right, Glenn.
We'll try to snap off last shot from the windows
Okay.
at the car.
All right, go for it. Okay, and then Michonne. Okay, so we did cover first, then shooting. So Glenn, you're the only one shooting this round. See if you can
Here comes the bow.
hit him while he's like sitting up in the driver's seat starting the car.
Die.
Oh, he's in cover, but he takes the hit.
Do you want to push? Because he's not going to be dead. He's still got 2 health left.
Oh, push it.
Going for the juggler.
Okay. As he sits up to turn the key, you hit him right through the side of the neck, and you see him blood splurting all over the windshield. But the mess up, this is how you know you're a good GM. The mess up, he lands on the horn. Threat meter goes up. At this point, Glenn, you're like, yeah, I fucking killed him. And as he falls on the wheel and he falls out of the frame, you see standing on the other side of the opposite side of the truck in the window is a walker. And you realize walkers are beginning to fill the street. So the brawl is over. Michonne, well, I guess Michonne and Carol, you guys at this point, you would move to outside. I mean, you see Glenn shooting, but you don't necessarily realize he hits this guy, right? So you guys make it outside. You can just move to the front doors, right outside the front doors. And as you do, you then hear the horn going off, and you can see basically starting to surround this area. They're going to be on you very soon. Is a small swarm of zombies. So, we're going to end this with a swarm fight. With all the gunshots and everything, we're going to make this a swarm level of 3. So the swarm threat is a total of 7. So you need 7 successes to win. Again, 3 of you can make rolls. 1 of you can make leadership to add successes. And the skills that you can use are ranged combat and...
Ranged force.
Mobility force. Range mobility force.
Yes. Yes, correct. Oh, okay. We're just going for it. All right.
2 extra dice. Take them as you need them.
Okay.
I will go for using my bow.
All right.
It's gone good so far.
Range, please.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh.
The string snaps on the bow.
Not my day.
Okay. Michonne and Carol, the supporting fire has ground to a halt, and you realize zombies are going to be on you in moments. What are you two going to do?
I'm going to shoot, and I'm also going to use my drive for an extra +2 dice.
What's your drive?
The group must survive at any cost.
Hell yeah. Love it.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
You
Wait,
start-
is it push?
You can't
Can I
push.
push?
You can't push if you mess up.
Oh, okay.
You start shooting, and you burn the clip. You're gonna have to spend next turn reloading your gun.
Hey.
Michonne, we just need you to get 7 successes.
Okay, manageable, easy, totally. So, mobility. Can I get in the truck and start to try to draw the horde away?
Yes.
Okay, I'll use the 2 dice from Brother Gabriel, and then my drive. Find a way to start over among people I can trust. I don't want my friends who have helped me out to die.
Okay.
That fair?
Or you're gonna leave them behind and go find a new group to start with?
Hey, I didn't say that. You said that.
Alright, you pull Vincent's dead ass out of the truck.
3 successes.
Okay. So, you get in the truck. Unfortunately, you need 7 successes. You're starting it up. The mess up, you realize the truck is not starting. It's given the and the walker that's standing on the other side like smashes a hand through the glass. It can't reach you because it's on the opposite side, but it's trying to like crawl through the window at this point. Okay, you guys failed, which means the swarm gets an action, and you guys messed up, so they get 2 actions. One of them is they're going to block, so any mobility or stealth rolls are going to need 2 successes to do anything here. And then they are going to move in to melee range.
So, if we get half, is it rounding up or down?
I don't know off the top of my head. We'll just roll it.
Okay.
High or low?
Always high, baby. Ah! Love that.
Okay. I guess it's rounding down. So,
Cool.
that means you guys did get half.
Sweet.
Which means you guys get an automatic success this round. But now this round you need 8. So you still need 7, basically, between the group.
7. Okay.
All right. You can only do force close combat and... You can do range combat at this point. because they're not right on top of you, but they're about to be. So
Don't worry, I'll keep yelling from the back rooms.
Love that for us.
So,
So Gabriel,
I will use my...
your mess up as you're getting Sarah and Emily out of here, right? You get to the door, and as you do, a walker smashes through the window here, blocking your path.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, everyone else?
Yeah, I'm gonna do close combat, boys.
All right.
Range.
Close combat as well.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Whoa!
We're at 5.
3 more.
No, that remember his is the extra dice. Oh, that's right. Because you have the free one. The free one. My mistake.
Yeah.
That's 6.
Okay.
Except we need 1 more.
All right. So I will use my drive. We will make it together.
Awesome.
That gives me 2 extra.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And I don't think anyone used Gabriel's extra, so
Yeah.
So that's 3 extra.
Take 3.
yeah.
Come on now.
All right.
I'm pushing. I'm pushing.
Oh wait.
You don't even
Your-
need to, you don't even need to.
Your bowstring broke. You can't use it.
Oh, that's correct. Damn it.
Do you have
That's
another
why you
ranged
threw 'em.
weapon?
I have a pistol too.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Easy.
You probably roll about the same amount of dice, I would imagine, right?
I assume.
Bonus 2.
it's 2
the same
bonuses
bonus.
for-
It's the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So yeah, you pull out the gun. So, Carol, you go commando and just start shivving zombies left and right. Michonne, you pull your katana. You reach across the chair. You stab the zombie that's in the window. You kill that one. Glenn, you turn behind you. You pop the one that's coming through the window by Gabriel just as it falls past him. And then you turn and pop a few more to clear a path to the truck. And then Gabriel and Sarah come running out. Sarah's got Emily in her arms. And you guys pile into the truck and get the hell out of Dodge. Probably running down a zombie or two and probably crushing Vincent's head with the back wheels. And I said,
Jeez.
yep.
Well,
Well,
Sarah at some point, or just leave her behind.
no, I said Emily. Sarah has Emily. She picked her up in his carrier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, the mother did not leave her child. Okay, she's
Just pushes her down. Screw you, kid.
yeah.
You're not getting me sick.
Yeah.
All right, well done. You get into the truck, you peel off back to Alexandria, and there's a few less assholes in the world.
That's always good.
All in all, it's a good day. So,
The feed. Yay.
yep, and you didn't bring back any supplies.
No.
Just more people.
In fact, more
we drop
consume the supplies.
Yep.
more mouths to feed and using medical supplies.
All right, cool. Well, that's all I've got for you tonight, folks. Thank you for stopping by. I'm sure we will return to Walking Dead at some point. But be sure to join us next week. It's going down, the finale of our long-awaited, over year-long running Alien campaign, the conclusion to Frontier War. Next week, Operation Octopus Garden, Part 4. Will the group finally come face-to-face with General Vaughn? Tune in to find out. We will see you. Thank you for joining us tonight, Odandrol, all the way from Sweden. Matt, good to have you back on as always. And Bunnilla and Sean, thank you for not being lame like Scar and Eric and making the right choice.
Of course.
Always happy to help. Yeah.
Yep. With that being said, we will see you same time, same place. Nighty night.